Frank Reich apparently jokingly called retired quarterback Andrew Luck to see if he would come back out for the Jets. We'll talk about that. A Garrett Wilson plan. What the hell is Frank Reich looking for in his next quarterback? We have so many questions, and we might have some answers. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Liston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. If you're coming on in on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video and hit that subscribe button, baby. Spread the love of all things Boy Green Daily. We got a lot to get into. We have an article in the YouTube description down below. If you'd like to read ahead in class and jump right into some of the things that are we'll be breaking down from this article from The Athletic and Daniel Pape, and it should be a lot of good fun. But today, my co-host will be someone that is doing an absolute JWW takeover. And I graced his show last night with Jim the Man-Child Lurch. Fun was had. Hours went by, and there was calls and laughter and crying and God knows what else. You have to tune into the show to find out. JWW. But let's bring him in. The one and only, the often imitated, never duplicated, Johnny Boy, here on the program. Johnny?
17 champion of the world. Hey, BG, what's going on, man? Good morning, sir. How are you? I felt like I
check out
just
the fit. Look at that hoodie. Wow.
Oh yeah, man. JETS, Jets.
Oh, very nice.
New York.
Yeah, boom. That is a very nice hoodie, man. That is a very nice hoodie. By the way, quick plug at the top of the program for people that are tuning in. Subscribe right there. YouTube.com/@ Jets Worldwide, all one word, JWW. Appreciate the takeover this morning here, Johnny Boy.
Hey, man. How are you today, dude? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a few hours. I was still stuck in the stream last night, if anybody watched the show. But yeah. It was Snowball.
Got out of the spin cycle. Yeah, it was probably Snowball.
It was Snowball. Snowball got in, and he just said, hey, I'm going to mess with him because, why not?
That's fucked up. But you know what? You guys have this playful relationship. I don't know what the hell goes on behind closed doors, so I respect it nonetheless. And we've all been trying to crack the Da Vinci Code here, Johnny Boy. Who is going to be playing quarterback for the Jets? Well, there's one name we can cross off the list. Apparently, after Frank Reich got the offensive coordinator job for the New York Jets, he took to his cell phone. I'm sure he had sure he didn't have it up to his ear. I'm sure he wasn't breaking any laws. I'm sure he had it in the car playing AirPlay or something. And he made a phone call. And here was the phone call, according to Dan Pompei of The Athletic. He called Andrew Luck, who has been retired since 2018. And here was the quote of Reich to Andrew Luck in the car. Andrew, I'm in a bind. I need your help. Will you be my interim quarterback for the New York Jets? The two men laughed because the inside joke of this is that Frank Reich was retired and Andrew Luck called him and basically said the same thing. Hey, man, can you do me a solid and be the interim head coach at Stanford? Frank Reich said yes to that one. But, boy, would that have been something? By the way, Andrew Luck is still only 36 years old. He hasn't played since 2018. You would think that he's 50 now or something, but no, he's only 36. So it could. Hey, if Andrew would have been you know what, I think I could do this one more time. Maybe Andrew Luck would have been our quarterback, huh?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With everything we have right now in the QB room, would he have instantly been the best thing in that room?
Andrew Luck, oof, that's tough. I mean, because we got Brady Cook in there. We got. I know we got some pending free agents: Hendon Hooker, Tyrod Taylor. They probably would have had to play it out in camp, if I'm being honest, Johnny Boy. They probably would have had to play it out in camp and see who was the best man for the job.
Well, that's just our luck, I guess, right?
Yeah, and it could have been in that direction. So we now know it won't be Andrew Luck. Unfortunately, that is funny. Hey, A for effort, Frank Reich. But I think that goes to show, though. It goes to show that I think the Jets are willing to explore every water. The retirement home. Hey, Derek Carr's hanging out over there. Maybe he went to one room and knocked on the door of Andrew Luck. Oh, he's still retired. What about Derek Carr? Knock, knock. Maybe he goes over there. We got the draft, of course, 2026 NFL draft. Hell, we got free agency. We got trades. That's another possibility. There's a lot of different avenues to find our quarterback. What's your preference, Johnny boy? Do you want it to be free agency? Do you want it to be the draft? Do you want it to be the trade market? How do you want to find the next quarterback of the New York Jets?
Both. I want a vet, and then
Okay.
I want a vet, and then I want him to draft a quarterback, right? So like, give me somebody that could run his offense
Okay.
off the rip, and then put in place the weapons for Frank. I mean, that article, it's an intriguing article. It stated something that I saw, that potentially could be his greatest challenge,
Yeah.
right? New York Jets, which was amazing. But the really neat thing that I feel like when I was reading about it, portraying his comeback style, right?
Right.
That we talked about on there. So,
By the way,
um,
real quick, for folks who don't know, at the time of these comebacks, Frank Reich was an NFL quarterback for like 15 years. He was a quarterback forever. And he orchestrated the largest comeback in college football history when he was in college. That has since been surpassed. And then he orchestrated the largest comeback in NFL history when he was a backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills against the Houston Oilers. Rich Cimini, by the way, was at that game. He told a little bit of that story the last time he was on a couple weeks ago. When you cover like a normal team that doesn't make the playoffs, sometimes your place of business will say, yeah, go cover the playoffs for this other team or this team or this team so we could get some more use out of you. And he had to cover the Buffalo Bills for that Bills Oilers game. And yeah, so he is captain comeback. And to your point, Johnny, maybe this is his greatest comeback effort yet of trying to bring back the New York Jets.
could you imagine though? Like, could you imagine that
Mm.
occurs? We finally fix that giant hole that we've had at that. I mean, it is probably the biggest position that we have not had for a very long time, which
Sure.
is quarterback, and
Yeah.
I want to go old school, BG. Like, get me a
Okay.
vet in there,
All
then
right.
draft the quarterback, let him
All right.
sit, let him learn. Don't just throw him into the fire quickly, which is the New York Jets organization, the New York
Mm-hmm.
Jets media market, but potentially, right? Learn, grow from it, and whatnot. And dude, imagine if we draft somebody like a Drew Alar that ends up being something. Right now, I'm
Mm.
not here saying that that's like what's gonna happen, right? But
Sure. Okay.
Nutzmeyer, you keep naming names that you want, right? And there's something that the kid Altmaier from Illinois, like,
Mm.
why not? Why not? And I want to win, BG. I know
Me
there's a
too.
lot of people that don't, but I want to win.
Yeah, man. I do. I do want to win. I don't understand. We talked about this a little bit last night on JWW Jets Worldwide. All one word. Jets Worldwide. Wide. Um, there's a lot of folks that have written off this year. Like 2026 is already over. There are VR sets over their head, and they're dancing around in 2027. And I don't live my life that way. Tomorrow's not promised. I want this 2026. This is all my thoughts. Will 2027 be fun and 3 first round picks? And I love the draft. And can you imagine all those mock drafts and all that? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun and cool when we do all that. But I don't want to rush the process. I'm excited about the combine this upcoming week in a couple of days. The combine getting underway. That's exciting. Free agency, trades, all this stuff to get the team ready for 2026. I don't like just skipping. I'm not the Madden guy. Sim season. I'll see you in a season. It's already over. No. I'm not passing crap. I'm not giving up on nothing. So if other fans want to do that, fine. I'm not going to tell other fans how to fan, but I'm going to rev myself up for this season like I do any football season in New York Jets land. And that's what I'm going to do. I will say an interesting nugget here in this Frank Reich story from The Athletic, again, Dan Pompei, is that so Frank Reich looked like he was going to be retired or just be like an advisor to Stanford. He was an interim head coach for one season, doing Andrew Luck a favor, but it was only one season. Whether they won the national championship or went winless, Frank Reich was only going to be there for the 1 year because he was helping out Andrew Luck. After that was over, he was scheduled to just be like a consultant, an advisor, a not very in-depth position at Stanford where he'd just get a nice paycheck. And this offseason, of course, he became the Jets OC. But before he became the Jets OC, Nick Sirianni and the Philadelphia Eagles called to hire him as a consultant that they reveal in this story. So Frank Reich would have had some options. Obviously, this is a lot more labor-intensive. Being the OC, the head coach of the offense, as Rich Cimini told me, is what Frank Reich's job's going to be. He has full control over assistants. He has full control over personnel, and he's going to have major influence in who the hell is going to be playing quarterback for the Jets. So he was almost an eagle there, Johnny boy.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because the article really talks about how he was going to fully retire. He was done, and then he gets that call, right, to go over to Stanford, and no matter what, it was going to be 1 year, and it kind of like ignited something in him all over again, and here we are. Let me ask you this, BG, with the Stanford conversation. There's been a lot of chatter out there talking about, but look at his, his stats over there, and because it wasn't good, blah blah blah. Like, do you buy into that at all, or does that even matter, especially knowing that he was not going to be there very long?
Absolutely not. It doesn't matter. And people are going to say, like, what do you mean it doesn't matter? Well, let's get the facts out there on the line on this Stanford thing. On March 31st of 2025, okay, so think about that for a second. He was hired as the interim head coach. Because, again, Andrew Luck needed somebody for that moment. Think about that. This guy was hired a few weeks before the NFL draft. And if you don't know college football timelines, long story short, Frank Reich was sort of fucked, if we're being candid. Okay? This is a guy that did Luck a favor, but, he had joined so late in the process, there was very little to change at Stanford. The fact that they won 4 games is impressive. Because of everything that happened. He had to try to drive someone else's car. He had to cook with someone else's groceries. He wasn't able to get his fingerprints and sort of a stranglehold on this roster in terms of picking who is here and who isn't, an assistant coach and things of that nature. He just sort of got plugged in. So I've heard people, when they trash this Frank Reich hire, to say, look at his teams with the Panthers and the last year with the Colts and then the Stanford year. Like, look, he sucks. And I'm like, whoa. Let's wait just a minute here. You can look sideways at a lot of this stuff and get a better perspective from it. The Stanford thing, again, everything I just said. He got hired on March 31st. And then the college football season was a few short months away. He didn't have time to change anything. So good for him to win 4 games. Carolina, David Tepper's a freak. He threw a drink at a fan. He went into a bar and knocked someone's hat off. He's a freak. And you're telling me that's a stable situation for old Frankie? I don't think so. And then go to the end of Indianapolis Colts run. With all due respect to Andrew Luck, he fucked Frank Reich. He bent him over the barrel and showed him the 50 states. Frank Reich signed on to be the head coach of the Colts with Andrew Luck as part of the package. And he thought, woohoo, I'm going to be the Colts head coach for the next 20 years. This is great. I got this Andrew Luck fella. This is awesome. And then 1 year after Frank Reich took the job, Andrew Luck's like, yeah, I'm going to retire. And then Frank Reich was scrambling with all kinds of different quarterback options. So I think when people evaluate the resume, they don't just give the proper love and the proper understanding of situational things here with Frank Reich. So no, I don't put a lot of stock into what I saw in Stanford in a bad way anyway. I don't do that at all. And let's look at the success here of Frank Reich, okay? Here's sort of the story. Frank Reich started his coaching journey in 2006. He spent 12 years as an assistant, learning the craft, getting better at it. Again, he was a professional quarterback for a long time. He was the quarterback coach for the Colts during one of Peyton Manning's MVP seasons. Phillip Rivers tied his career high for passer rating when Reich was the offensive coordinator. And later, after a 5-11 season with the Chargers, he was revitalized when he returned Reich on the Colts when they went together and Phillip Rivers was there. He was the offensive coordinator for that Carson Wentz's only All-Pro season. That was the same year Nick Foles won the Super Bowl, as Dan Pompei writes here in The Athletic. And then after leaving Philadelphia, he bottomed. Wentz sucked as a starter, and then joined Frank Reich in Indy, and his passer rating surged from a 72 to a 94.6. And you just see all the numbers here. He has, put together really good offenses. I know Carolina, but again, questionable owner situation. Bryce Young wasn't ready, obviously, to step up to the plate immediately, and Frank Reich was cast out before he had a chance to really operate here. So for me, on Frank Reich, no, I don't consider much of the Stanford run as some terrible thing here. No, I don't.
But BG, but he was fired, right, from Carolina, and then after that, he was fired from the Colts. If I'm not
before
mistaken.
that, right? It was Colts first, then Panthers.
Yeah. So people are really digging into that as well. But I mean, my understanding was he did not want Bryce Young, right? He wanted
apparently
another
wanted Stroud.
Yeah. So like, do you buy into any of that at all? Because I really don't. Like being a head coach and an OC, it's something that's completely different. And him as an OC, he's done well. He's done really well. I mean, he's I think, how many times has he had like top 10 scoring?
He's had multiple top 10 offenses.
So, and especially with a lot of like quarterback turnovers that he's helped produce and develop as well. So, I mean, you could go Jacoby Brissett, right? Like you could talk about him if you want. The Andrew Luck conversation. You just said it. I think it was 09, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Peyton Manning MVP 09-10.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
So now, how much of that is Manning, right? Because I mean, it is Manning, but I don't know. The fact of the matter is, he's better than Tanner right now. He's done it.
I think so, and I think a lot of people question that. Well, here's this. This is the thing that excited me most from the article, and I think it should excite everyone in our audience. Okay, here's a quote from the story from Dan Pompei. Frank Reich plans to dial up wide receiver Garrett Wilson's number frequently. Reich says he's looking for ways to get him lined up at the X, the F, the Z, and move him all around the formation. This, he says, is my sweet spot. And if you are a Garrett Wilson fan, as I am, this is what I think Jet fans have been begging for. Move him all over the place. Don't let defenses hone in on him. Be able to, I get it. Garrett Wilson is clearly our best receiver, and hopefully we get him a lot of help this offseason. But I think what has unfortunately happened with Garrett a lot is he'd be lined out wide, and then the defense goes, all right, we're double teaming him. And then the offensive coordinator hasn't utilized a lot of creative ways to get him the ball on a pop screen, get him in a bunch set, and have the front two receivers stock block up, and then boom, get the ball immediately into Garrett Wilson's hands, and let's go. Get him in the slot, get him going in, get him going out. Let's just get creative. Let's feed him the ball. He is the straw that stirs the drink on this offense. And there should never be games. And there was when he ended up getting hurt at the end, where he had like 0 targets in the first quarter, 1 target in the first quarter. That should never happen. Every play should have him as the number one option, and he should be constantly featured. They're paying him money to be featured, and he has the talent to be featured. So this is the thing that excited me the most here, Johnny Boy, on Garrett Wilson, is trying to maximize what he brings to the table.
100%. I mean, one of the things that I do like about Frank is his being able to adapt, right? And especially with diverse QBs and wide receivers. And I think that's going to suggest that he's essentially going to tailor a lot of plays to Wilson's strengths. And instead of trying to force a square peg, right? Like, I remember Aaron Glenn saying, we're going to give the ball a lot to Garrett Wilson. That was his mission.
Yes.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, you said it, before injury. I mean, Wilson was on pace to potentially, right, do a lot more than he's ever done before as
reception yards
Jet.
And touchdowns. Yes, he was on a career. He was set for a career best season before the injury. That's correct.
So it just fits. It's a good marriage because, I mean, Glenn and him are talking, and he's seeing the future and what he wants to do with Wilson. Dude, one of the things that I liked a lot
Yeah,
is when I'm reading that, right?
sure.
Talking about the Ty Hiltons, talking a little bit about the other wide receivers that he's had in his
Oh, T.Y. Hilton. Yes,
T.Y.
yes, yes.
Hilton. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having that and being able to see these guys succeed, right? Like, dude, how can you not be excited for Garrett Wilson? The fact of the matter is, we have not had a OC that is considered a developer of a quarterback and a wide receiver together. And I think this is what you got. So seeing this XFZ, I mean, let's go. You imagine that? Dude, we were calling for how many screens last year? Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah. I'm curious here because I also see this one more nugget from the story, and then we could get into some other topics here. So Pompey was writing that over the last couple of weeks. So Frank Reich was hired like on February 4th, February 5th of this month. And then for all these weeks that he's been here, he's been meeting with his offensive assistants at One Jets Drive. And, quote, together they envision a system that would take the best of what he has done and blend it with the best of what they have done. So sort of collaborative between him and his assistants. Although they have most of them have worked together, whether it's at Stanford or other places. There'll be fresh concepts, more of passing off wide zone, he says, but that will probably depend on which quarterback the Jets settle on, which takes us to the next layer of this equation. You tell me whether you so, Johnny Boy, I don't know if you've been able to find this since last night, but Boomer Esiason, who's Frank Reich's former college teammate at Maryland, they were best men in each other's weddings, they're best friends. And after Frank Reich did his interview with the Jets, he went out to dinner with Boomer, and Boomer got all the juicy deets from Frank on how everything went. And obviously it went well because he got hired. But Boomer has said on WFAN, from everything he knows about his friend, the next starting quarterback of the Jets, as we try to figure out whoever the hell it is, will not be under 6 feet. And that his guess was between 6'2" and 6'5", between 205 and 240. So that's the dating profile. On the Carnival, guessing height and weight, that's how they stand, and that's how they feel about it. So I now go over to you, Johnny, because yesterday you said that you read something somewhere that the Frank Reich height quarterback desires is all bullshit. So yeah, so where did you see this? Give us the details on this.
So I forgot what side I was on reading it. And last night I did not do that because after I was stuck in the back trying to figure out how to turn off the show, I went to sleep, man. You know, got the kids and everything. But that is on my list today to send that over to you. Now, I didn't believe it.
Please do.
Right. But I thought it was a cool nugget to talk about. Right. I mean, it could be somebody that's just out there trying to speculate stuff and try to put something out there to kill a narrative. Right. But I did see the Boomer conversation with him and best man at his wedding. I mean, like really great friends and all of that. Dude, if I'm being honest with you, I want quarterbacks that are above 6'2" because of the size that's on our line. I don't think we have anybody on the line that's right now that's under 6 feet, you know. So that's why I constantly kept talking about the whole Diego Pavia, right? Making like fun of it when the dude is like ended up being, I think, like 5'9" or some crazy measurement that occurred with. But with those requirements, who do you think he really wants though? Like who do you see standing behind center and being the signal caller for us?
Yeah, so real quick, I was trying to find if I could find the answer to that thing. And there are things from a couple years ago, because obviously when they had the number one pick in Bryce Young and the Panthers had the number one pick, a lot of people went, well, Frank Reich's not going to take Bryce Young because of the height thing. And Frank Reich, I was reading old quotes from a couple years ago of him shooting down the height thing. He says, it's not just about height. That's not it. So, you know, maybe there's truth, or maybe he was just saying that because, you know, if he went to draft Bryce Young, it would have looked bad. To me, I think if we start to think of sort of, I listen to Boomer Esiason, again, his former teammate and everything else, of how he described what Frank Reich is looking for in his next quarterback. And it sounds like guys like Kirk Cousins. It sounds like guys like Tanner McKee. It sounds like guys like Jacoby Brissett, if he were to be available, that you have enough wiggle to move, but not Lamar Jackson, that you're smart at the line of scrimmage. Jacoby Brissett gets a lot of intelligence nods. Kirk Cousins, he had a viral clip this week talking about the complications of the Seattle defense. He was talking about zone coverage, man coverage, and going through all that jazz. And so he's a highly intelligent quarterback. So if I had to pluck and pick one guy that I think exactly fits what Frank Reich is looking for, and you think about avenues and how to acquire him, I think the next quarterback of the Jets is Kirk Cousins. Now, Frank Reich and Kirk Cousins have a relationship. They bonded over their faith when Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles. Apparently, they connected and talked about passages in the Bible and got incredibly close, apparently. So there's all that. He fits the profile of what the Jets are looking for. He's expected to be released by the Atlanta Falcons right around the second week of March, and thus the Jets will have a chance. Now, there will be plenty of teams interested, I'm sure, in Captain Kirk over there. But the more I assess what I'm reading, what I'm seeing from Boomer Esiason, and what I'm seeing from others, but specifically Boomer, that is where I'm going from that perspective on the quarterback identification. Yes, and I see you share the article in the private chat here of those are the same things I found out about him shooting down height. That was back from 2023 when they were making this draft decision. So maybe it is or isn't.
And it's just maybe because he was told that it was going to be, young and right. So he has to kind of like stand up for his quarterback that he's going to get. And so I don't
Probably.
know, I just, when I saw that, I was like, how much do you really buy into that? Right. When I saw that article, and it was from ABC, it was a while back, man. And I was like, that's interesting.
Well, because think about this. What if he said at that time, "Oh, height's super important"? Then you're like, "Well, Bryce Young's out." So like it didn't. I don't buy it as in to say that he loves things or doesn't love things. In that moment in time, having the number one overall pick, and they traded up for it. Remember, they traded up from whatever that was 9-1 and gave up DJ Moore and all these things with the Bears to have the right to draft Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, whoever they chose to do. I think it just keeps options open. I don't trust the answer for right or wrong. Hey, he had to say that in the moment. Now we'll see, right? Because we have our boy Nanga Iboko in the chat. Thank you, Nanga. Dear member of the Boy Green Coffee Club says my Kyler Murray dream is fitting. We'll find out. We'll find out if we were to listen to Boomer Esiason, that dream is over. But hey, Frank is the one making the decision. So
well, BG, and the reason I said that was because of this Kyler conversation. Because if Kyler gets cut, it's a conversation, man. So if Frank comes out right now and it's just pretty much like, dude, if you're not over 6'2" and you weigh this amount, like I don't want you. But then we end up, getting Murray, the fan base, the media, it's going to be like, oh, but you said this already off the rip. And we're just going to rip him another one.
Well, he's not going. The good thing for him, I guess, is we're not going to hear from him. So normally, I don't want to say normally, occasionally teams, when they hire new coordinators, do interviews. The Cardinals did it when they hired LaFleur and all their guys. Nathaniel Hackett did an interview after being the OC, and then the media got to ask him questions. We're here on February 21st, and the Jets have not opened that door yet. I don't imagine the media is going to get a chance to speak with Frank Reich before free agency. The two that will be speaking on Tuesday, it'll be Aaron Glenn at 1:00, and then it'll be Darren Muji at 1:15, shortly after Aaron Glenn wraps up. Those two will speak on this Tuesday, and we'll recap that on Boy Green Meets Woody on Tuesday at 3:00. That link is already up we will be talking about that show. And so I don't think Frank Reich is going to speak to the media. So good for him, because then he won't have to be held liable for anything he says of that. I imagine he would do the whatever the word is, the professional thing and punt on it anyway. I don't think he would say my quarterbacks have to be 6'4" and all those other things. That only hurts him. You want to keep all your options open of what can happen. From all reporting, Albert Breer believes that ultimately, because of all the complications of this, Kyler Murray will be cut. And then Kyler Murray will sign for basically the veteran minimum wherever he wants to go. Will that be with the Jets? Will that be with the Vikings? Will that be with the Dolphins or any team? Because if he's veteran minimum because the Cardinals are fronting the bill, then he can basically go anywhere he wants. Will the Jets be able to win that bidding war? It's not bidding war in terms of money. It's just bidding war in terms of like you selling yourself as a team. Hey, this is where you can rehab your career and turn it around. And there's some extra baggage with Kyler. But I think with Kyler, the Jets, of course, it has to be a conversation if he gets cut. Everyone who is available, Mac Jones should be a conversation, even if I don't love it. Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins, Tua, for God's sakes, Kyler. I mean, all these guys should be discussions. Now, some could be quicker discussions than others, but for sure. By the way, Hop on Pop has just entered the proverbial octagon here. Hey, now he'll be joining us tomorrow morning at 8:00 after Matt Lombardo. So shout out to Hop on Pop there.
BG, and that's the thing, right? Like, again, who are the quarterbacks that we have currently in the quarterback room?
So we have Brady Cook. He's under contract.
Oh, great quarterback.
Yeah, obviously. I don't even know why we're talking about quarterback. It seems like it's already solved, but, for the sake of your question, I guess I'll keep going. Justin Fields is under contract still. And then we have Bailey Zappi under
Hall
contract.
Hall of Fame room.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not worried at all. Why are we going to bring Cousins over here? We got Justin Fields. We got Cook. Like, what are we talking about?
Hey, we have a trivia question here from Hop on Pop. So let's try to see if we can solve whatever this is. Okay, I think I got some trivia music here. I do. Okay, here we go.
Flutie or...
Okay. Yeah, let me read it out for the audio-only listeners. So my Pop has a trivia question for me and Johnny Boy here. What 5'10" quarterback is the only professional football player to pass for over 6,000 yards twice in his career? And yes, my first thought immediately when I see this question is Doug Flutie, old Flutie Flakes. Who else do you think could be in this conversation?
Drew Brees?
He's not that short, I don't think. Maybe he is. I thought he was like a little more 5'11", a little more 6 flat. I don't think he's 5'10". But Doug Flutie, I think, is shorter than 5'10". But so he's saying exactly 5'10". I think Flutie's like 5'8". With all due respect, I think he's a little shorter. What 5'10" quarterback?
Dude, I didn't even know any 5'10" quarterbacks. The only person that jumps up to my mind is Flutie.
And here's the other thing: to pass for over 6,000 yards twice. That's such a weird. Like, no quarterback in NFL history has ever thrown for over 6,000 yards in a single season. So I'm a little confused on the trivia. Maybe he had a typo. I didn't want to look at the comment section because I don't want to get any cheating answers. So I'm not looking at it right now. But that's the other part of this that may be a typo, is pass for over 6,000 yards twice, unless he's talking about in college. But he says professional football player. So
Tom Tupa.
Tom Tupa.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, all right, that's
throwing random names out there.
Okay, I appreciate that. That's all right. Let me see if Hop on Pop clarified his question. So he did not clarify. So Pop, if you have any kind of typo here, please let me know, because professional football player to pass for over 6,000 yards twice, that certainly wouldn't have happened in the NFL. No quarterback has ever thrown for 6,000 yards in a single season. And then to throw it twice in his career, I'm a little confused on the nature of the question. But my gut would tell me,
He's saying no typo.
No typo. I don't. And I'm interested to hear how this makes any sense. But it can't be college, because he says only professional football player to do it. So it happened at the professional football level.
What's the quarterback from the replacements?
Oh my God, not Shane Falco.
Shane Falco.
Is it? Oh yeah. Okay,
yeah. Must be Shane Falco.
Okay, there you go. Nice. Yeah, it was Shane Falco. Oh, nice. All right. Way to go, Paul Payne. I gotta watch a movie. I haven't watched that movie in a while. All right. So, what's your final answer?
Can we phone a friend?
Okay. Who are we calling?
Who is up at 8:04 in the morning right now?
On a Saturday morning, right? That can answer a trivia question about 5'10" quarterbacks. Yeah,
100%.
All right, let's lock in our answer. Ooh, that's another good suggestion. Frankie thinks it's Kurt Warner in the Arena Football League, but I don't think he's 5'10" though. So that's
Nate says Doug Flutie. Oh, you know what? That's a perfect person to call.
There you go. All right, we've called Nate. All right, we're locking it in. We're going Doug Flutie, some Flutie Flakes. Apparently the Canadian Football League, which I don't know if that's professional, but there you go. Hop on Pop says the totals were 6,600, 6,000. All right, we'll lock it in. Doug Flutie, CFL. There you go. I've seen a lot of people have said it. Professional football player, all caps. All right, so I don't know. We pass. We punt, Pop, so you can reveal whatever the answer is for sure. Yeah, I see Dirty Cooch. A lot of people were saying Flutie in there. Professional football is someone who's paid to play football. Okay, wow. So this could be some weird, bizarro UFL something or rather. But all right, spit it out, Pop. Go on. Leave us, give us all the info. Who's the only weirdly specific quarterback to give us these details? So apparently they're professionals. Nate says, are college football players professional? They are now. They get paid. So I completely consider them professionals. They're no longer amateurs. All right. As we wait for Pop to, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner. There you go. Some love there. So I go, all right, Doug Flutie. All right, there you go. All right, some Flutie Flakes, which I believe my Pop still has somewhere. He probably shouldn't eat that. That's probably well expired. There, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
7:30 a.m. daily, we know.
See, that was both of our first guesses. You said Flutie first, and that was the first name that popped in my head. So, old Doug Flutie. There you go. Doug Flutie.
It must be the shirt, BG. It must be the shirt.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there you go.
I see.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does not, but it's okay.
It doesn't at all. By the way, shout out to the 300 people that are watching the show live right now. Guys, like the video if you're watching on YouTube. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We're like 10 subscribers away or something from 8,400, which is awesome. Here's our raffle for this month, folks. You're running out of time. As a matter of fact, you have a week left in our raffle before the end of February. If you're new to the channel, we do raffles every single month. To be eligible for said raffles, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel. You can do that if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that money sign, super chat, super stickers, gift channel memberships, or purchase a membership for yourself. And we got to figure out here, Johnny, we could talk about this live here on the show, right? So we have this Boy Grid Espresso Club meeting, and Macho Talk Sports, he joined the Boy Grid Espresso Club last night. And normally we try to have it, at the end of the month. Next week is the Elimination Chamber and in wrestling world. So that's going to start around, 7, 8 o'clock at night. What do we do? Do we do the Espresso Club meeting earlier, like today? Do we wait till next week? Do we watch all the Elimination Chamber on replay later? What's the plan?
Or we watch it as it's going on and we're reacting to it while they're there. So they might not hear us at all, and we're just like this the whole entire time, or you're like focused over there.
Oh, I see. Wow, yeah, there you go. Maybe that's the spirit of multitasking. I do have the projector here, so I could get some Elimination Chamber as I'm, we're randomly talking about the Espresso Club and anything. Yeah, maybe that's the right way. Maybe.
But I'll tell you this, BG. I'm actually really not that excited about so far the card that they're trying to build up for the.
I've not seen the full card yet.
So
yeah.
I mean, they're building up the
box.
Even though I think it's pretty dope, but they're trying to build up right now Roman Reigns and CM Punk, which both of them on the mic.
Great main event, 100%. That was hot. Come on, man. That promo with Roman Reigns saying, "I hate you. I've always hated you." I was like, woo. I was getting goosebumps. I was like, that's great. And then the whole story, Shield, WWE. I know I'm going super niche. For those in the audience going, what the hell are these guys talking about? But again, great promo work there. So I guess we'll multitask. I guess that's the plan for next week for sure. So, all right, there you go.
Hey, BG, I want to talk a little bit about the article what we were talking about with Frank from The Athletic.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's coming out with a book, right? And I think he started talking about that as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That book may already be out, potentially. Maybe it's not. Frank Reich.
The Created to Compete, I think it was called, and it was kind of talking about it. Yeah. You don't think that has to come into play with anything for him to sell more books? And that's maybe
he has two books apparently. So he has Believe It, My Journey of Success, Failure, and Overcoming the Odds. It's Nick Foles and Frank Reich book together, apparently. Oh, Frank Reich just wrote the foreword. No, not both of their books together. Yeah. I don't know any details about that book, but that's cool. I mean, hey, Frank Reich could, he has that, preacher, religious background. Like you know, uh, he's a leader. He does public speaking and other things of that nature. I got no problem with old Frankie. Yeah, sell some more books. Hey, if that's what, hey, whatever the motivation is, hopefully win some games, and winning games will help sell books. To be honest, the antidote for everything is winning games. The people that are bitching about AG win games. The people who are complaining about the offense win games, score points. Like, once you do that, everyone shuts up. You don't do that, the noise gets louder. I mean, it's pretty simple. Now, it could be simple in nature, but harder to execute, and we'll see. I'm okay. You tell me this. Okay, the fact that whoever the Jets starting quarterback could be anywhere between like 40 names. Is that exciting or depressing or both?
Insanely depressing. Yeah.
I'm a little titillated, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's just been so long or whatever, but like the fact that it could be anyone is sort of exciting. Like I'm like, wow, like we have, it's Doctor Strange and his head's jumping all over the place. There are 4 billion possibilities, Kirk Cousins, this, that, and then depending on which path we pick, could completely change the immediate future of the New York Jets of which path they go now. So.
Well, BG, so let me ask you this then. With the combine getting ready to come, right?
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
What are the position groups that you are really looking forward to seeing? And are you wanting Frank to be there to potentially see the quarterback group and the individuals? Because now, if I'm not mistaken, Mendoza is not throwing, right?
From everything I've heard, he's not. But yeah, there is. I have my pen here. Let me count this real quick. So let me see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are currently 16 quarterbacks are scheduled to be in Indy. That includes Fernando Mendoza. It includes Taylon Green, Drew Aller, Carson Beck. I knew you'd love that one. Garrett Nussmeier, Diego Pavia, Cole Payton, Sawyer Robertson, Ty Simpson. There's a lot of names on this list. And yes, it looks like Fernando is probably not going to throw based on all the things I've heard. But that opens up another opportunity. If Drew Aller's healthy enough, I want to see what the hell he's bringing to the table. You got Carson Beck, you got Garrett Nussmeier, you got Diego Pavia. A lot of people talk about Cole Payton, the North Dakota State kid. Ty Simpson, of course. These kids are going to have a chance to make some serious hay. If someone goes on a crazy-ass run, maybe all of a sudden someone enters that first-round conversation, or at the minimum a second-round conversation. I see we have EZ here with the super chat on the program.
Easy.
Appreciate you, EZ. Make it rain.
Wow.
Yes, that's true. Easy with the $2 super chat and a football history lesson. Doug Flutie got Bills to the playoffs twice and was benched. Bills lost. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Me and my dad talk about that every once in a while for Doug Flutie's sake, because we're big Flutie fans. But yeah, that's absolutely depressing. They screwed Doug Flutie. Everyone talks about the Canadian screw job. I think about the Flutie screw job. This poor bastard. By the way, you're up to 4 raffle tickets now for a contest, Easy. So there's in better news. Appreciate that. And thank you for the Doug Flutie fun facts. That's very nice.
Hey, BG,
yeah, go ahead.
If I could send you something really quickly, would you be able to put it up? Because I really do feel like I have fixed the quarterback issue that we have.
Well, actually, Johnny boy, you being a co-host on the show, you will see, we'll do this live. Beneath the big screen where it says Boy Green Daily, there's a present button. You can click that and present any image or video or anything that you have at your disposal, and I can play. Hopefully, I don't get tackled by any, people for whatever is about to play on this show. So feel free to take full advantage of that present button beneath the screen.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Okay, let's get some. We'll get some. Technical difficulty music playing here. I'll do this for you while you're doing that. We'll play a quick little ensemble here for no reason whatsoever. Here is the old intro of Boy Green Daily.
unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
Wow, haven't heard that in a while. There you go. All right, Johnny, did that give you enough time to do what you need to do?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, so again, down there you should see a present button if you have an image or a video or something that you want to play, and then you just click that and drop that in there, and then I can bring it up on the show.
Got it. Trying to do it, but it's not letting me do it. I don't know why.
All right. Well, we'll give you one more chance. Here's an even older Boy Green Daily intro. Here we go.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Ah, yes, the old Aaron Rodgers intro for the Jets. All right, Johnny, did that give you enough time to do what you needed to do?
I think so.
All right, beautiful. All right. Oh, is it a mock draft here? Is that what I'm about to present?
Yes.
Okay,
Hey, look, Carson Beck's not there. Just want everybody to know that because that's how much I do not like this guy.
Okay, so let's throw this up on the screen, and folks, I appreciate that 3 minutes of old Boy Green Daily intros was enough to give Johnny Boy the necessary time to do what he needed to do here. So without further ado, let's hit these. Let's hit these first before I show this on the screen. Here we go.
And can the chat please grade me on my mock draft?
Okay. All right.
Mock season, baby.
Okay.
And I love them so much. It's like so much fun to do. So
okay. So without further ado, folks, this is Johnny Boy's mock draft. I have not seen this, so we're all going to find this out together. Here's a mock draft of Johnny Boy. Oh, I see. All right. Well, let's read this out to the audio only listeners. I don't want them to feel left out on this mock draft we have here. With the second overall pick, well, let me get the chimes here. That only feels right. So with the second overall pick, you have the New York Jets selecting Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. With the 16th overall pick, you have them taking Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss. With the 33rd overall pick, you have them taking LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. With the 44th overall pick, you have them taking Talon Green, quarterback out of Arkansas. With the 103rd overall pick, you have them taking Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback out of Baylor. And then with the 175th overall pick, you have them taking Luke Altmaier, the quarterback out of Illinois. Just 3 picks later, what about some Drew Aller Penn State action? Don't forget about 239, Diego Pavia, the quarterback out of Vanderbilt. And then 243rd overall, Beren Morton, the quarterback out of Texas Tech. Wow. You've clearly targeted a position here to solve here, Johnny Boy. You got to imagine the answer somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, if you take enough shots, something is essentially going to land, right? If you have a target and you get enough ammunition, one essentially is going to hit the target at some point, right?
Yeah.
So,
and you said Carson Beck wasn't available at one of these spots. So
he definitely was. And I just said goodbye.
Geez.
Never. You will never.
I see.
I'd rather take Diego Pavia over Carson Beck.
Wow. So let me get this straight. If Carson Beck ends up being the quarterback,
I will be very sad. And Jets Johnny,
are you going to get that jersey?
Hell no.
Wow.
No. Oh, you know what though? Really cool. I don't know if you saw this.
Okay.
Mendoza talked about that he almost was a Bulldog over Indiana. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, there was a report that's saying that it
Oh.
was between during the transfer portal, he was going to be a Bulldog before Indiana. How
Wow.
cool is that?
Wow. Someone saying that the reason you couldn't pick Carson Beck was because he went number 1 overall in this mock draft. Is that true?
Dude, if Just Johnny is the GM of the Oakland Raiders, I hope that happens, right?
Okay.
Because that would be the most Raider thing to occur, right? Oh, Carson Beck was there fighting with Mendoza in the championship. You know,
Sure.
it only took him 20 years to finally graduate from Georgia. So,
Hey, lots of people go to school for 20 years. They're called doctors, Johnny.
well, he's not that. I think he went for communication.
Okay. Wow. There you go. Well, either way, there you go. Wow. What a mock draft. Thank you for, I know it took you a while to, call an audible at the line of scrimmage to pull up that graphic, but I appreciate you beep boop bopping to make that happen, Johnny boy. Thank you.
Hey, can you put up Nate's comment?
Nate's comment. All right. Let's see. Nate.
Oh man.
Brady Cook would still be the best quarterback in the room. Okay. Hold up, let him cook. Okay, maybe he's going to cook again. Who knows? All right, everybody. We've got 300 people in the room. Again, like the video on YouTube. That's a free way to contribute here to the program. Of course, if you have the financial, resource available, feel free to send in super chats and memberships and make it rain from the high heavens. We'd appreciate that. We only have 51 likes, but over 100 people in the room. So, folks, make sure you guys like that video and spread the love. We'll play a quick half timeout, and folks, we will take your phone calls. You can react live to that mock draft that just took place here on the show. Pretty unique. We'll be right back after this.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man. Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets. Boy Green, bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green, bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Nice. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets. Let's go!
Welcome back to the show. If you just missed it, we mocked you like a hurricane, baby, with that beautiful piece of art and literature and whatever else you would consider that mock draft that you just saw on your screen. Normally we save the mock drafts for Mondays on the show with the one and only Drew Beatty, but I mean, we have no other choice. We had to dive into the deep end of the pool there, and I appreciate it. So keep the love coming, folks. We have a lot of phone calls to get into, and I'm sure a lot of people want to, we will mock you. So we'll see if that continues. Yes, sir.
Hey, BG, I feel like every time I come on, man, I feel like I'm about to, just violence comes in here, man, and everybody's like, rawr, so.
Okay.
It's Saturday. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy it. I mean, I would love for you to ask Drew on Monday if he can evaluate this really thought out mock draft. I feel like we could potentially move maybe a Altmaier into a tight end. Potentially one of these guys could be a left guard for us. Maybe 3 of those could be a couple of linebackers. One of them for sure is going to be a safety. So, why not? I feel like, playing the position at quarterback, you have to be smart at least, right?
You definitely don't have to be after what you just said about your buddy Carson Beck. But the fact of the matter is that the Jets have some work to do, and you did some work. Now, yeah, so feel free. We're going to have an opportunity for questions to be submitted. So, yeah, just remind me on Monday. We'll definitely get him to grade that mock. That may be one of the greatest mocking graded segments of all time. Let's go to the phone lines. That is the pinned comment on youtube.com/@boygrade25. Shout out to everyone who is watching the show, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, replay on YouTube, or the audio only version of the podcast. Mr. Famous Fulton starts us off here.
Well, good morning, Paul. Good morning, Johnny. How are you guys?
Sir.
Top of the morning to you.
I'm just going to receive my package today.
Oh, great. Yes. Again, let's give another massive shout out, a massive round of applause to Stephen Fox, Foxy out in our audience, who won the raffle last month. And instead of taking it himself, he gifted it to Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to Foxy.
Yeah, 100%. So, yes, Mr. Famous Fulton, I'm expecting some sort of a box reveal where you open it up on the show and show us everything and tell us your genuine reaction to all these items. You got a whole bundle of stuff coming. So
Yeah, I do. Might be a big surprise. Okay. And we've got a basketball halftime game today at 2:00.
Okay.
And I'm playing against my my friend Noah Morris. He's,
okay, do you plan on dunking on him?
Huh?
Are you gonna dunk on him?
I'm gonna try to dunk on him. That's what that's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah. Try to get like one of those like that tomahawk boom, or give him the like, you know, Jordan from like the free throw line, the charity stripe, and just go airborne, you know, or like one of those aggressive ones where they dunk and then do the like they're hanging on the rim and do the and then boom shakalaka, you know, give him some of that action.
Yep. I did have a new video out yesterday.
Okay.
My cousin Tom,
okay.
He did like a lot of spicy foods, and he lives in Georgia.
Okay.
And it's only for a few minutes if you want to play it, Paul.
Where is it? You said? Wait. Rewind that one more time.
It's on my channel. If you go to
let's try to do this, I guess.
Yeah, right. It's the new one.
Okay, what's the YouTube channel?
It's Mr. Fulton 7606.
Okay, let me try to do this live. Mr. Fulton 706. What?
That's the it's Mr. Fulton. That's the new channel.
What's the numbers?
So. It's 76. Oh wait, sorry. 7606.
Okay, let me see. I just typed that into YouTube. Oh, you have over 2,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Nice.
He's famous, bro. Famous for
obviously.
Like we don't know.
Wow, this is well. Let me throw this on the screen here on the program. All right, so I'm going to share the screen, folks, for those who have not seen the Mr. Famous Fulton YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Let me throw this up. As I'm, operating like a monkey with a spotlight here. Here it is. This is Mr. Famous Fulton's YouTube. He's a chef extraordinaire. I mean, wow, there's a lot of activity here. Let's see. Mr. DJ, you DJ?
Yes, I do. I do DJ. Wow. My dream job is to be a radio DJ.
Oh, cool.
Because they don't have any jobs for me right now, but this is my dream to be a radio DJ, like a radio station, like play some songs and everything, and
look at all the variety on here. You have birthday messages. You have a video called "Is this pulled pork sandwich really that good?" That's 8 minutes and 42 seconds. I mean, there's some Sonic food reviews. Trying a new special food called Toasty Vanilla M&Ms. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that. Elf the Musical. Wait a second. You were in Elf the Musical? Wait, did we lose Mr. Famous Fulton?
I think we did.
Oh, he's on mute. Mr. Famous Fulton, can you hear us?
Nope.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that's disappointing. I'm so sorry, Mr.
Well,
Famous.
I hope on his track list he has some Ronnie O and some Joe Cooley up there, man. So some everlasting bass. which,
Yeah.
shout out to all the hip hop heads out there. If you guys had some giant subwoofers back in the day, that song, it pumped, man. So
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, if you guys would like to subscribe, again, Mr. Fulton Mraz 5594 is his handle. I don't know what the 7606 one is, but anywho, it got me there, I guess. So that's what's most important. So yeah, you guys can go check it out. Yeah, he's going to be live. Wow, wow, that's impressive. He has a live video set up for September. He's going to be live at the Atlanta Earth Festival. He has this set up in advance for September 27th. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to be doing on September 27th, but I'm going to try to make sure I'm there for you, buddy. So, wow, Mr. Famous Fulton.
Hey, BG,
Wait,
you're
I
about
guess
to.
he's back. Yeah, Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yeah, I'm back. Yep, I just posted a new thing in the private chat for you.
Put a private chat. Okay, all right. Let's see what this is. A YouTube short. Okay, all right. Let me see if this works. Okay. Oh, you want me to play this?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Wow. All right. Here we go. We're operating live here on the show. Let me see. Let me try to find this. Okay. Here we go. I have no idea what this is, but all right. We're all going to find out together. All right. So this is a YouTube short from the Mr. Famous Fulton YouTube channel. So without further ado, I guess let me make sure I get this going.
Is that a baggie?
Well, we're about to find out, I guess. So here we go.
If you're this year, Mr. Fulton, I am trying something new, something fresh. I am trying my cousin Tom's Turkey Jerky. I'm super excited to try this, and
the sticky icky the stickiest.
Here you go.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
It's very good. If you want to go on to my cousin Tom, I'll post the description in the video. And if anybody wants to get some, contact him on email or Facebook. Yeah, it's a good company. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a general comment, and share the stream. And I will share more videos in the future. See ya. Bye.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
Well,
Mr. Famous Fulton, Turkey Jerky. Okay, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
My cousin Tom makes a lot of stuff, basically. Cool. And he makes like well, the next one I'm gonna do is sour cream with I forget what it's called. It's like some like a spicy thing or something, but it's like you put sour cream in it and it just.
No, do not open it right now.
I know. I'm just showing the package.
No. If you open it,
okay. So what it is, it's like those hot and spicy, like spices, like you put on like hamburgers and everything.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, it's it's one of those spices, and I'm not opening it more. Sorry.
Hey, tell Mama Fulton I said hey.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, massive
John
shout out.
Says hey, Mom. So yeah, it's one of those not so hot, not so spicy, and if it's extremely hot, then you guys can find it. It's in the description on my on the shorts.
Okay.
If you want to get some, you hit him up and he'll get you some.
Sweet.
And I will let you know if you guys would like to get some or anything. So
thanks. Blessed be he. Hey, one last question, Mr. Famous Fulton. I saw this from a caller from Philly Noodles. You're a Colts fan, yeah?
Yes, I am.
If you open up this package, which will have some wonderful Jets items in it, is there any chance you can convert to a Jets fan?
Well, I love the Jets. My I don't know if I told you this, Paul, but
okay,
my grandpa Kelly,
all right,
had a horse named Jet.
A horse named Jet?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
After because of the Jets?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, all right.
Yep.
So you do. So you have a place in your heart for the Jets, is what you're saying?
Yes, I do. I sure do.
So there's a chance that you can fully convert to a Jets fan.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, let us know when you get the package, buddy.
Yep. It should be coming at like 9 a.m. So.
Oh, okay. That is wildly specific. If we're still on the show, call back in.
I will, Paul. Thanks.
There he is. The legend, Mr. Famous Fulton and Herky Jerky Turkey.
BG, I tried to hold it in as much as I could, but your faces, and then Mom Duke's in the background talking about the meatloaf is ready.
Yeah.
And come pick up your socks. They're everywhere. I don't know if you guys heard that, or was I the only one that was hearing that?
No. I definitely heard it for sure. But I thought, well, when he said, "Hey, play this video," I thought it meant I was like, "Oh wow, okay, what is this about?" And then he was reviewing Herky Jerky Turkey. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little confused. But hey, shout out to Herky Jerky Turkey wherever you can find that out there in the universe. And then apparently a horse named Jet. So there is so it sounds like he can be converted to the dark side of the force. And shout out to one Philly Noodles for that suggestion, who is here on the phone lines. Philly Doodles. It sounds like Mr. Famous could join the green and white.
Morning, Philly.
Yeah, thanks. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Yeah.
That's funny. No, I even put in there. My fiance's aunt Jessica had a horse Jet who just passed a few months back.
Oh, I'm
sorry
so
to hear
sorry.
that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but he was a great horse. He was a pretty cool horse.
But a popular horse name is Jet.
yeah.
Apparently, I didn't know that till this morning.
Yeah.
So okay.
Hey,
my dog's
Philly,
name's Jet. Yes,
Philly,
sir.
I got a question for you, brother. We're on the same age, man. So
are we?
Yeah.
I'm
Philly's in his
38.
30s. Yeah.
He's 38. Yeah, he's approaching 40. He's like grandpa over here. I'm not sure if he's the. I'm 32. How old are you, Johnny Boy?
I'm 38.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you OG
Young man over there.
Look,
I think the only person that looks pretty old here is.
Whoa! What
Yeah,
the
I'm saying, you
hell
got great
is
in the
going
beard
on here?
sometimes. Yeah,
I
don't know,
do,
man.
but it's wisdom. That's what that is.
Sure.
Anywho, what's your point about pointing out that we're all old? What?
Hey, yeah, Philly and BG. Can you guys name the iconic number that Mike Jones had? It popped in my head when Fulton was there.
That Mike Jones had. What do you mean?
On the song. 281
282-234. Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I remember part of it. That's right.
Mike Jones about to blow.
Yeah, I remember 8675309. Remember that one? That's a classic.
8675309. That's what I got for sure. That one's up there in the brain somewhere. Yep.
Yeah, Bombs Over Baghdad. That's another one. Remember those numbers?
Definitely banger. Shout out to the
90210. There you go.
Oh, hey, R.I.P.
Okay.
Perry.
Perry.
Right.
We just lost Dawson's Creek. That's fucking crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
right, yeah.
rest in peace, Mox, baby.
Yeah.
Yo, favorite line.
Yeah.
I don't your life.
I don't want 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 your life. That's I think what we're saying to BG right now, right? Because I'm just messing with BG.
Okay, so Philly, what's on your mind?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, real quick, you brought up Everlasting Bass. I think that was just
sample.
That was just interlope in not interlope, but I forget what it's called. I think the Kendrick Lamar song, Not Like Us, did it, right? Recently. Yeah, it's my hip hop.
One of my favorite beats, bro. And when he put that on there, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And it brought me back, and I went back, and then I got a little bit something in my truck, and so I put it on, and I forgot how much bass it bumps. So my kid is in the back, just like like
Well,
that, you know.
Here's a good question. BG, you're young enough, maybe like you remember Killer
Thank
Cam, the
you.
rapper?
Very young enough. Yes. Right. Anywho, what's your question? Yeah.
Killer Cam, you remember when he dropped Purple Haze, the album?
I do. Yes.
You remember Killer Cam, that song? That was the base monitoring test song for anybody's system. It was
That's
that
true.
song in particular. Yeah.
Yeah.
If your bass hit, that song hit in your car. If it didn't, then it was trash. You could throw it out.
That was you know, that was the
barometer.
barometer line there. Yes. Yeah.
I keep computers puting. Get them, girls.
We don't get interceptions puting. He better go get somebody
that
to go
doesn't
do
compute.
it.
No,
that don't compute.
No,
So two things I wanted to address.
Yes,
it was funny you brought up that all the quarterbacks on that list. I was like, what about Cole Payton? Because you know that hype is coming, bro. The kid can move.
100%.
Yeah, it's coming. And Joey Aguilar today just got he got declined, I think yesterday or today.
And he's going to the combine. I didn't
yeah.
mention his name, but yeah, so good for him that he sort of had it worked out. Like the combine said, "Hey, buddy, if it flops, we'll bring it to Indy." So that's a quick turnaround for him. So hopefully he has his mind right and everything to deliver on that stage. But yeah, so the pressure's on for that young man. That's a good point too.
That's a player that I kept talking about a little bit earlier prior to that, and we were just waiting. Dude, why not? Like the reason, look, it's all fun and jokes and what I'm doing with the mock. But my whole reasoning for that is we need a quarterback, man. Like we really do need a quarterback. We have not had a quarterback in a very long time. I probably would say Mark Sanchez, you know, so.
Right. Well, if we're just talking about brief periods of time, it has to be Fitzpatrick on there for sure. Even whatever we want to think of Rodgers' season, that's better than we've had in a long time. So Rodgers
Favre had a
well, that was before Sanchez, though, right? 2008.
Exactly.
But yes, Favre would be on there. Sanchez had a year where he had 26 or 32 total touchdowns. I can't remember. It was one of the two. So he had a big year before. So Favre in 08, Sanchez, that definitely wasn't in 09 when he was a rookie. He had 12 touchdowns and 20 picks in that year. So it was either year 2 or year 3 that he had the 26 touchdown season. And let me see who else. Fitzpatrick 2015 for sure. Rodgers in 2024. Yeah, but long story short, we haven't had a lot of great ones to pick from. But I get your point.
Yeah. So my biggest take here is going to be this: where there's smoke, there's fire, and our biggest issue has always been fostering a QB. Right? Everything we just named. We let Darnold walk. Didn't work out with Sanchez. It is what it is. He wasn't as great, But we let Darnold walk. Whatever. We got rid of him. That Stroud stuff. Okay, because Reich supposedly wanted Stroud, which I was clamoring at the TV. If they don't select Stroud, they must be idiots. Now, how he's played and panned out in the playoffs doesn't help. But I don't even think in Houston he has that type of setup where it's fostering a quarterback. So to me, I don't know if the smoke is fired.
What would you give up for CJ Stroud?
If I can just give up 33 and something else, sure. I'll give up 16, maybe.
There's no way.
Maybe.
There's no way that's enough. If I'm Houston, so okay, I get it. Houston, or let me rephrase that. Stroud looked terrible, as terrible as you could possibly look at that playoff game. But he has been to the playoffs in all 3 of his years in the league, and he's won a playoff game in all 3 years of his history so far. He's been in the Final Four of the AFC all those times where he's been in that conversation. He's put up video game numbers, and he's young, and now the 5th-year option's coming up. The Texans, I imagine, aren't picking up the phone unless the conversation starts with 2 and more, not just 2. That wouldn't be enough. It'd take more than that. And are the Jets willing to do that? Curious.
Well,
I don't know.
If you give up, so here's the weird thing. Where do we see the first 16 landing, right? Do the Jets think that for some reason Bailey, Bain, Reese, Downs are all going to be gone in 16? Likelihood is, they could be, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Then a wide receiver is probably going to fall in there at some point, either Jordan Tyson or Lemon.
Probably one of the top 3, right? Because Tate's probably going to go, but
one lineman's going to go.
Right. So if you're a Jets fan, right, you got your tackle. So Spencer Fano goes, and Maui Noah, the brother of our Kiko. So those 2 are going to go in the top 10. we talk about the 3 receivers. That takes us out to 6. We
Fernando.
talk about the 3 pass rushers, so David Bailey, Reuben Bain, and Arvell Reese, and then you're there. What about Jeremiah Love? Everyone says he's going to go. But once you start going through all these guys, you're like, well, it's but we haven't even mentioned Caleb Downs. There's 11. Quarterbacks up, Fernando Mendoza, that's 12. You just start doing the math. Somebody's got to fall. Like, the math just is the math. Someone's going to fall, and then what if some crazy shit happens? These are all the guys we assume are going to go. But big boards that ESPN has and what the NFL people have in their building aren't always the same. It's not like, these 12 players are going to go somewhere in this random 12 order. No, sometimes there's a surprise. So, yeah, I think 16. I know some people talk some shit about 16, and they don't love 16 in this draft. I think somebody's going to slip.
Yeah. So so I'll leave you guys with this. I don't know if you have any calls coming in, probably.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I would say, what would you sacrifice between 9 top 50 picks, as Ricky said yesterday? I always forget that number.
Over the next 2 years, right?
2 years. What would you sacrifice if Stroud was available?
Okay.
You guys deliberate that.
I would do it. I would do it, dude. I want a quarterback.
So what?
Man.
So let me go to you, Jay. So you said you would do it. He's saying we have 9 picks in the top 50 or whatever over the next 2 years, this year, next year, because we have the 2 1s, the 2 4s, then we have the 3, which is 7, and then I think he's one off. I think it's 8 over the next 2 years because we have 3 number 1s next year and 1 2. That's 4 in the top 50. This year we have 4 in the top 50. So I think we have 8, not 9. Ricky will have to double check me on that math. So of that 8, how many would you give up for CJ Stroud?
Dude, I would probably give out the 16th and the 33rd. Like,
that's not enough.
And then dude,
what else? There's no way 16 to 33 is enough.
I know. I mean, but
so what are you going to pay? Give me your best offer. I'm not the Texans. I'm not going to steal this deal if you give it to me, but give me your best offer. Lay it on the table. Enough of the bullshit. We're at the pawn shop. You go. I go. You go. I go. Let's just get to the brass tacks right now. What is your best offer right now? CJ Stroud is what?
Damn, man, it's about to get me killed, bro. Like, dude's
all
about
right.
to. But I want offense, man. Give me that like quarterback that is there.
So what's the price? Come on, Bob Barker. What's the price?
16, 33rd, and the Cowboys 44th.
That's still not enough. Come on.
And
stop playing around.
I don't know, man. That's
what do you
really
mean? You know what it starts with. It starts with 2. If I'm the Texans, 2. There's no way if I'm the Texans, I'm letting you, the Jets, keep 2. If I'm giving you CJ Bleep and Stroud. No, it starts with 2, and it's a lot more than 2. So, like, let's stop playing with our food here, man. What's your best offer?
Let's go 16 and one of the first next year, and we're talking conditional picks with it. Right, so like depending,
rejected, like declined.
Oh, then hey, keep it going, baby.
All right, we'll keep the conversation going. We'll see what happens. Up next is Hep here on the show. Hep.
Hey guys.
Hey Hep.
Hey Johnny boy. I'm curious. It's in a way when you're doing the draft, it's kind of like a card game. You don't really get to choose what's coming out. The cards come out like today, like we don't have a quarterback at 2, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we could agree that we need pretty much everything on the court, everything except for the 2 tackles, right? Pretty much.
So let me see in my head. So, punter, we got that down. Yeah. Austin McNamara, salute. So we got punter, long snapper, Thomas Hennessy, salute. So punter, long snapper are tackles. Well, right guard, Joe Tippmann.
Oh yeah,
but
technically he's not right. Okay.
Yeah, right. So,
but we still need a guard though.
We do. We need a left guard, and then you could argue we could need a center. Yeah. There's a very long story short. It's a very minuscule, very small list of like, we've got that on lock. Cha-chink. Yes, that's
so. If we need everything, and the cards happen to come to us that Caleb Downs is there. I think Caleb Downs probably will be the defensive rookie of the year.
Very possible, sure.
Yeah, and he's probably projected to be the favorite to probably be an all Hall of Famer. I would say out of all the guys, the other guy, because he's a natural position for that player. He plays that position naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guys are tweeners. Are they this? Are they that?
Right,
I don't know what they're going to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to start to like squint my eyes at pick 2 and go, well, maybe he could be this if he does a little bit of that, and maybe
Right.
I don't want to do all that at 2.
Yeah, that's a fair request. You have the number 2 overall pick, and we have to like convince ourselves. Like Matt Miller joined the Jets have a brand new Jets video draft show. It's called Onboarding, and they had Matt Miller on for this inaugural episode, which is like 20 minutes. And then Eric Allen, the Jets senior reporter, turns to Matt and says, "Hey, is the number 2 overall pick down to the 3 defensive guys?" And Matt Miller says, "Yeah, I'd say that. It's David Bailey, Texas Tech, Miami's Ruben Bain, or Ohio State's Arvell Reese." And Matt says this. The fun thing for Jets fans is trying to figure out which of those 3 is going to happen over the next couple of months. I think Jet fans probably hate that there's 3 to choose from. Like, wait. It's not just clear. Like, this guy is the second best guy in this draft, and let's pass the biscuits. Like, right, everyone says that the Raiders take Fernando Mendoza, which seems very obvious. So the Jets are going to go on the clock. I wish the Jets were off the clock very quickly. Like, boom, obviously it's this. We need everything, and this is the best guy of the group. But obviously that is not the case, and we're going to be having these debates of David Bailey today, Ruben Bain tomorrow, Arvell Reese the next day. That part, I'm sure, is a little deflating for Jet fans to have this kind of asset of a number 2 overall pick and go, well, we'll see. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've been thinking that there's going to be another quarterback going in the top 10. Ooh. And who do you think would be in play for that?
It could only be at this moment in time on February 21st. It can only be Ty Simpson.
Yeah, but who would it be? The Rams or who do you think?
For sure, I think so. If we start breaking down the top 10, so like, I mean, Ty Simpson would have to be on some sort of rocket fuel to suddenly enter the conversation at 2. So that feels incredibly unlikely. It's not going to be Tennessee. It's not going to be the Giants. And you start Cleveland at 6 could be, you could maybe talk about Cleveland. You could talk about the Rams and Cleveland, they have 2 firsts. So in theory, you have the same thing for the Rams, right? Who also have 2 firsts. That you have this bonus first round pick. You're like, whoa, this fell from the heavens to use it on a quarterback that maybe solves all our problems. In the Rams case for the long term for Cleveland, maybe now. I think Cleveland at 6 is probably the highest I could see Ty Simpson go. But I could totally see him going to the Rams at 13. They have 2 first-round picks, and they were just a few throws away from getting in the Super Bowl. So they can afford that sort of risk.
If we didn't ask like a ransom at 2 and to move back, just to pick up maybe 2 threes or something like that, maybe we can move back. What do you think? That might be a play.
That's what I would want to do. That's the conversation that I would want to have. Be able to go back, get more. And in those rounds are the rounds where you could potentially keep building, right? All the holes that we continue to keep talking about and hit. I mean, a lot of the organizations that do really well, they hit typically in those rounds, right? With these players that are coming in the 3rd round. It's just, we've never really done it, right? So like, you got to say, do you believe in Glenn and Muji on them drafting these players and scouting and doing that, which, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really do.
Another possibility, by the way, Tank for testing Arizona Cardinals. That's a team I sort of brushed over, but obviously they have quarterback issues, so they could potentially enter the proverbial octagon. So that's another possibility. And Taylor Sterling doesn't like that we're talking like this. He's like, how is having the pick of the litter a problem? It's not that it's a problem. It's just to me that, and again, it's not me. Fans aren't making the pick. The team's making the pick. Maybe the team already knows who the hell they're picking.
Bless you.
Thank you. And maybe, they know what they're doing, and we're all the ones outside running around with our chickens with their head cut off. What are we going to do? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And they're like, I don't know what the hell you guys are running around about. We knew from the moment the season was over, it's this guy. So maybe it is. We'll see in due time.
We just don't want that guy to be a bust, too.
Of course not. We can't afford to have that a bust. Zach Wilson, for that to be a bust at the quarterback position, obviously made it even worse. But, where we are, if the Jets want to turn this around, The Jets have 4 picks inside the top 44. Could they trade up? Sure. Could they trade down? Sure. But let's just say they stick and pick. These 4 guys absolutely have to be unequivocal starters for the Jets. And hopefully we're getting more than just random starters. Hopefully the number 2 overall pick is a superstar. Hopefully 16 can be a Pro Bowler. Hopefully 33 can be an above average starter. That's what the Jets need to do. We have a lot of holes to fill. And that these 4 picks from the gods could all be starters. And then we still have the 4th most cap space in the NFL. Hopefully that can be used to fill a lot more of those holes. So I think the Jets, again, I'm not just rolling over on 2026. I think with these resources, they can immediately get a lot better. But it's going to be on the combination of getting better and the coaching to maximize the talent.
Hep, like you were saying a little bit earlier, look, the conversation with Downs, right? Because there's a lot of people that have him as the best player. He's like the top player over everybody that's coming out in the draft. Yeah. And depending on what we do in free agency, kind of to what BG is talking about, right? If you fill up a lot of those different, holes and you have the potential to get a player like a Downs, why not? Like, I understand that at 2, the money piece of it would be the most craziest thing. But just like what BG stated a little bit earlier, if we start winning, nobody cares. It cures everything. It's just that we haven't. And regardless of who we pick, I tell you this right now, our fan base is going to go nuts. They're going to go crazy. They're going to be like, we could have got this guy. We should have had this guy. We should have had that guy, regardless of it. And it's going to take us all the way to the beginning of the season itself.
I know. Real quick on Will McDonald. The key with Will McDonald is you have to think Bryce Huff. That's who he is. If you play him like Bryce Huff, you'll see a big change in Will McDonald. He's just not the every down. He's not that every down. He's a wide 9 guy, and so if he's using that in that role, I think you'll see a lot more production out of him. But anyway, peace out, guys.
Appreciate it, Hep. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's how, to me, Reuben Bain re-enters a conversation for the Jets. You get Reuben Bain and Jermaine Johnson as your base starters, and then Will McDonald is your rotational pass rusher on top. I think that could make certainly a lot of sense. We'll see if that's the direction, obviously, that the Jets go.
I mean, BG, we were talking about it, right? We were talking about a lot of these players that potentially will not cost us a lot in free agency, that are some young guys that are there. Because I think about what Harrison Phillips said, right? I'd rather have a connected team than a completely talented team, right? So you got players out there that it's not being talked about enough in free agency. And you talked about it last night. Look at the guys that are coming out of the Eagles. Look at the guys that are coming out of the Chargers that were once somewhere else and are put there, are young. I mean, you got linebackers, Quay Walker. We could continue to keep going down that entire free agency class that's coming right now. Well, it's out there right now, that you could fill a lot of these holes and it's not going to cost you. Like, that's the reason why I kind of fight the Alex Anzalone conversation when these guys are going pretty young. Like, they want to be young. They want this team to stay together and keep building for the long run. But again,
Johnny, I've got no problem if every Friday night at karaoke you want to sing "We Are Forever Young." That's cool if you want to do that. I don't judge, but to me, I think you need a nice balance of old and new and fresh over there. Okay, I think you need a combo platter there, which I'm glad to bring on this experienced and knowledgeable caller here on the show. It is the one and only Easy OC, baby.
Easy. Good morning, sir. How are you?
What's up, Easy? He's back, baby.
Yeah, I was away for about a week and a half.
You okay, man?
Yeah, my aunt passed away up in New York.
I'm so sorry, man.
Thank you. She was my mom's twin sister, and she was 92. So my son and I, we drove all the way up to Monroe. I don't know if you're familiar where Monroe, New York is. Orange County.
How far that is from me.
It's far from you. It's about 2.5 hours from New York City.
Wow, yeah, it's 4 hours from me. Oh, wow, yeah, that's
Easy.
far.
My condolences to you, man, and you and your family are my prayers, brother. So.
And just to say this, Easy, 92, man, it sounds like she lived a beautiful life. I know that's hard to see.
No, we're happy. We were happy. She'd have she would have been so happy because I got to see some cousins that I've never met. For just logistically, I just never got up to meet some of them. I'm talking about my first cousin's kids.
Right.
You know,
To be able to see them
I-
all with this unfortunate circumstance, to be all with family together is always important. So treasure those moments, of course.
Yeah, we've all reconnected. I just found out that my cousin Steph lives out near Emerald Island in North Carolina. So I didn't know she was even in North Carolina. So now I got a place to go in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, there you go. But love
Yeah.
sent to you, my friend. Yes, sir.
Yep. So I love your draft, Johnny boy.
Yeah. Let's pull that back up.
I mean, it was totally knuck and futz, but I mean, what are you going to do?
There you go. Hey, shout
I remember
out.
one time Green Bean was doing a mock draft and he wound up with like 9 second-round picks. All he did was trade.
I love his trades. I love his trade shows. Those are so hilarious.
Right. Did you see the one? I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. He wound up with like 9 second-round picks, which I actually thought was great. I was like, that's so cool. You just because all right, you didn't get your first round pick, but everyone goes through the first round, and then you get in the second round and you get to pick 9 freaking guys. It's like, boom,
what a mad scientist. Yeah.
Oh, he's funny. He was trying to get Muji's job.
Yeah, well, I wish he would have got it. Now, we almost had him on the show. Our schedule sometimes conflict, so it's hard for me to get a GB, a.k.a. Green Bean, on the show, but I hope we get him on soon. I love Green Bean.
He shaved his beard.
I saw that. I was trying to grab a quote for a story. I was doing something on the Frank Reich thing and Boomer Esiason, and I went to a Jake show because he had the quote that I could grab quickly, and his co-host of the show is Green Bean. At first, I didn't recognize whoever it was because the little spiky hair, the glasses, and everything. I'm like, oh wow, who's this fella? And then Jake said, "Up, me and Green Bean here." I went, Green Bean, and I leaned in, and went, oh my god. Yeah,
you hear the voice though. You can hear the voice.
100%. The voice is there, but the hair, the glasses, the no beard, like wow, it threw me off for sure.
You're lucky you were allowed to go to 1.5. If you would have had to go all the way down to skin, that would have been whacked.
Thank God. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. My fiance still gives me a lot of crap for that. So, yeah, I am never doing that again. But it's important to learn life lessons, and so hopefully I did.
It's growing back.
Hey. By the way, before we get into any more draft stuff or anything else for that matter, Frankie has a super chat to give some special love here to Easy.
Wow.
Condolences, Easy, with your family. Condolences, Easy, with some prayers. So thank you, Frankie. That's very kind of sending that in. Thank you.
Appreciate that, guys. So anyway, tonight's my first rehearsal with this band that I put
cool.
together.
All right. Where are you guys doing it?
Wake Forest.
Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. All right.
The bass player's got a buddy who's got a studio in his basement. So for the first couple of rehearsals, we're going to make sure it gels before we go rent space as our permanent base of operations.
All right. So how many people do you have in this band?
Myself and 4 musicians.
Okay. And do they all have cool? What's the name of the overall band again?
We had a name picked out, but somebody else has it, so we're not going to go with it.
Oh, so now you have to go with a different one. So back to the brainstorm. What about the people in the band? Do you guys have cool nicknames or something?
I really don't know. Okay. I haven't met any of these guys yet.
Wow! So this is going to be a first date sort of thing here with the band, and you guys just slamming music together. Wow.
Well, we know what we're doing. We have about 8 songs that we're practicing. We'll probably only get to do about 4 or 5 tonight.
Okay.
Are
you guys recording this?
I think we should. Right?
Yeah, for your YouTube channel. I'd love to see it, or wherever you're going to put it. I don't know. That'd be awesome.
I don't do that stuff.
Hey, Easy. Can I put some requests in for the list of songs to play? Like, could you do some Loverboy? Working for the weekend? Maybe some 38 special.
Everybody's working.
Rocking into the night.
Obviously, you'd have no clue as to what type of band this is. This is a Black Sabbath Ozzy tribute band.
All right, so then maybe some Paranoid, some Iron Man. If you want to throw some changes, I'm with it.
We're doing Paranoid, War Pigs, Fairies Wear Boots, Sweet Leaf.
Okay.
And then we're gonna be doing I Don't Know by Ozzy, and Over the Mountain by Ozzy.
Well, what about that one? Mama, I'm coming home. I love that song.
That's later on. We don't have a keyboard player.
Oh,
we're sticking with the earlier '80s stuff.
Okay.
So it's going to be primarily like Ozzy's first 3 solo albums, which are Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, and Bark at the Moon.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
And then we're going to be doing Black Sabbath and maybe a couple of Judas Priest songs. We're doing Electric Eye by Judas Priest.
Nice.
And I love this one song, and I can sing it really well, so I'm throwing this one in. Okay. Mr. Brownstone by Guns N' Roses.
Ooh, okay.
I like it.
You want to lay some of that on us, Mr. Easy?
Not right now, man. I'm just I haven't been feeling too good, so.
Oh no. Well, I hope you feel better for the rehearsal tonight.
Well, just know, Easy, you look good. Yeah. You could have fooled me. I would have not known.
Well, it's the throat. I did a lot of painting over the years, and I breathed in a lot of that dust. And I don't know. I'm hoping I didn't mess myself up too bad with all that dust over the years that I breathed in.
Well, hopefully not. Hey, people are asking. I appreciate this NC Green Super Chat.
Wow.
So shout out to NC Green, $2 Super Chat, road trip to see Easy Oz. Would it be possible here, if the rehearsal goes great tonight, that you guys start touring around, and we could go? We could bring the Boy Green Coffee Club to see the concert at a stadium or something.
It's not going to be like that.
Where would you do it?
Well, I'll tell you what the plan is. The plan is to get about 7 to 10 songs down, really good. And we're going to try to start our first gig in June. So we want to get these songs down. We just want to open up. But what we want to do is we want to get these songs down so great, because you only get one shot at a first impression.
Of course.
We don't want anyone coming in there going, man, these guys suck. Well, I'm not going to see them again. We're just going to try to kick it with these 9 songs, get them down. Repetition, perfection, everything, because I don't have Ozzy's range, because I'm a baritone and he's a tenor. So we have to figure out what best key to be in to optimize my voice, and that's part of what the rehearsal's for.
And you're the lead singer, right? That's what Frankie's asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. He's the lead singer, Frankie. Confirmed.
Some songs we're going to do in E flat, some we're going to do in D standard, some we're going to do in C sharp. Which is D flat, C sharp.
Right.
But you have to keep it real, because it has to be true. I'm trying to keep it as true to the song as possible. Like, there's a couple of songs I flat out can't do because there's no way I can hit the range. Like, I can't do Hole in the Sky, which I love that fucking song, but I don't have the range to do it.
And what's your attire on stage? Easy.
Oh, it's just gonna be casual, nothing. I'm not gonna be wearing Ozzy's fringe things with the fringes.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, sure.
No. Because, well, the thing is, it's not like we're a Black Sabbath or Ozzy tribute band. We're kind of a metal band featuring Black Sabbath and Ozzy. But we're gonna be throwing some other. We're gonna be doing. It's like also. There's a couple of Black Sabbath songs with Ronnie James Dio when he took over, when Ozzy first left the band, off the Heaven and Hell album. There's a couple of Dio songs that I can do, but I'll try to do some of the Dio Black Sabbath too. But that we're gonna work everything out. We're starting with these few songs that I mentioned, and we'll take it from there.
Jets Johnny says, "Will you eat a bat live on stage?"
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yeah, I feel like Ozzy got sick from that.
He had to go and take rabies shots, and the needles are like that long, and they have to jam them in your stomach.
Oh God, Jesus!
Yeah, go and look up how you get cured from getting bitten by a rabid squirrel or raccoon. Man, it's a brutal battery of shots you have to take.
Note to self: do not bite a bat on stage or on any stage of my life.
Easy.
Well, if you see a squirrel acting crazy or running at you, fucking run. It's not a joke. Because if it's rabid and it bites you, you better get the shot. You have to get the shots. It's not a joke.
Easy.
So
Any chance that you could play a little bit of some Frank Valli and the Four Seasons as well in the band? My eyes adored you. Maybe can't take my eyes off of you. Potentially. No.
Are you punking me? Are you
Nah,
trying to
man.
punk me?
I do like
Never.
that song.
I do
can't
like
take
these
my eyes
songs.
off of you.
Yeah.
I consider
Dude,
that for
where-
my wedding song. I can't take my eyes off you. I did consider that. Yeah.
Well, my wedding song was Rod Stewart. You're in my heart. You're in my soul.
Oh,
Rod
that's a great.
Stewart's the
That's a great
man,
choice.
dude.
That's a great
Rod
choice.
Stewart's the man.
Yeah.
Because it says you are my lover, you're my best friend.
Mhm. Yeah, that,
So-
that goes very well. That's a great plug choice. I like that.
It has to be rock and roll, man.
Okay.
Now,
So-
Frankie Valli, I give Frankie Valli his props. I mean, he was one of the ancestors of modern rock. As a matter of fact, this is something you don't know. Ronnie James Dio was quite a bit older than a lot of the guys in the bands he was in. He actually used to do doo-wop on the street corners in Jersey when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
They'd sit around the burn can and on the streets, and they'd just do the doo-wop.
So are we going to start a doo-wop band? BG, Johnny Boy, Easy?
No, come on.
Okay, and then one last thing here. What about Bret Michaels? Play a little Poison, one of the greatest musicians of all time. Come on, baby, he's right there. You can ask him. He's standing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
No. You had me there for a second.
Listen, I'm into the heavier stuff. I've always been into the harder driving rock. I've always been into bands like, well, you got to remember, I grew up, listening to rock in the 70s. So, of course, there's, some of the softer, bands like Fleetwood Mac and Elton John and all that stuff. But I also remember Alice Cooper was back then, too. So I was more into Alice Cooper and a little Rod Stewart, some of the Stones, but I was mostly into like Kiss. I got into Kiss.
There you go, great.
Judas Priest.
Yeah.
When I did that Party in the Park 4 years ago, I did Cold Gin, and I did that's a Kiss song that Ace Frehley wrote. See, what did I sing? I sang "Snorting Whiskey, Drinking Cocaine" by Pat Travers.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking great song, man.
That's a jam.
This is cool, man.
Well, Easy, I just have to say this. No matter what, you have to, whether it'll be based on your rest, of course, and making sure you're okay. But we need a full report on how the hell this rehearsal goes, whether it's tomorrow morning or the next day or something. We need the full report, Easy.
I'll give you one. Anyway, let's gear the show back to the JETS.
Right, of course. Yes, of course.
So my first pick, if we don't, if the Raiders do what the Raiders do and act stupid and don't take Fernando, which is very possible because they're the fucking Raiders.
I hope so. Yeah, that'd be great.
So if Fernando's there, we take him. Obviously,
Okay.
I mean that's a no-brainer. But if he's not there, there's a couple of rules of thought here. This is a deep defensive draft, from what I've heard. Not so much deep with offense. So I might tend to want to get a wide receiver with the first pick or a center. Yeah. Either a wide receiver or a center with the first pick, because it's slim pickings on offense in this draft.
I think there's five centers that are coming out in this draft that they're being talked about. All could be potential centers that are going to be later in the draft. So I know one off the top of my head right now is Logan Jones from Iowa that everybody continues to keep talking.
Yeah, Lon loves that guy.
And he won the award for best center in college. If I'm not mistaken, I was looking.
Yes, yeah.
I was looking that up. So
they're talking about he could potentially get picked in the 4th, 5th round. So you're right, Easy. Yeah.
Well, maybe if he's gonna if they think that the centers are that far back, then obviously I wouldn't take them. I mean, I'm not a pundit, so I'm just some schmuckle, that's on the radio with you guys, and But I would like to see a wide receiver, and then maybe get that edge or that inside defensive player at 16. But I might go wide receiver and then edge. or interior line. I want to get I want to get someone for the front four. I definitely want to get someone for the front four. But I think, Garrett Wilson needs a running mate. He needs a legit one. He needs a 1B to his 1A.
100%.
I don't want a number 2 who can slip through 3. I want a 1A, 1B who can be the number 2. Heck, what if the guy's even better than Garrett Wilson? That means that Garrett Wilson's not even the primary. That means he's going to have an even better season.
Easy. Yeah. I probably don't agree with like a lot of the stuff you say, but I am in agreement with you. I've been saying it that I do want us to go offense because this is supposedly a very heavy defensive draft this upcoming year. So why not? I mean, look, for me, I think it's if there's somebody that is wanting to essentially trade with us and we could trade back and go that way and have more picks to pick up.
I could do that.
I would be awesome with it, but I agree with
trade number 2 back a little bit.
I agree. By the way, let's give a special shout out. Braylon Edwards turns 43 today, so give a special happy birthday shout out to the one and only Braylon friggin' Edwards, baby.
He was
great. Dude, that reception with the Patriots, and he's just running through cats to get in and scores a touchdown. Oof, let's go.
He was great. Yeah, so I mean, we need to just we keep beating around the bush with wide receivers, and we're notorious for picking a second-round wide receiver who sucks. They're like the last 5 times we picked a second-round wide receiver, going all the way back to Stephen Hill. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. Just fucking get the guy. Just go. Just get him. Be done. It's over. Now we got our starting 2, and we got those other 3 cats who we got in the trades last year who seem like they might have something in the tank. So yeah, let's just knock out this wide receiver room, and then when we bring people in, we have people who know how to get open, people who know how to sit in the zone, people who know how to be available for the quarterback to throw the ball to.
That would be nice. I would also say that, and again, this should make us just sort of think about it, especially on Braylon Edwards' birthday of all things, is that maybe getting a veteran wide receiver. Maybe that's the play for the Jets opposite of Garrett Wilson.
Nah, too much money.
Nah, well,
build in the draft. Build in the draft.
The wide receiver market
you can fill in some other pieces in the free agent market, but I want to see. Here's the whole thing. We can't really even talk about the draft because we don't even know what they're planning, A. And B, what the fuck are they going to do in free agency? And then here's the third. And here's the third thing that a lot of people forget. We have the number 2 selection in any waiver wire. We have number 2 throughout this entire season with the draft, the offseason, with either draft picks and waiver wire. When a player hits the waivers, first pick is going to go to the Raiders. Second shot at it goes to us. So we're going to be able to pick any waiver wire free agent available, except for the Raiders. They get the first shot.
Yeah, right.
But we're not going to be like 5th or 7th and have 3 or 4 or 5 people in front of us poach. And I was wondering, is it possible to trade that too? Is it possible to trade your waiver selection to a team if they call you up and say, hey, we know you looking to get this guy in waivers, but we really want him. Is there trade negotiations even allowed with that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could sort of be a claim and trade situation. I don't think like in a fantasy football league, you could trade the spot. I think it's the player, but that's creative. I like the thought.
Yeah, could you imagine that? We're sitting there at number 2 and all these waiver wires come out. And then maybe like the Chiefs call us up because they see this good running back has hit the waivers. They go, hey, can we work out something where we get this guy because we really want him? Because the Chiefs are looking for a running back. And if someone good shakes loose and waivers or something through cap space or whatever happens, because everyone stays with these guys. They go through the free agency. then they go through the draft, and then they have to get down to their final 53 just before the season starts. And we're sitting there, sitting pretty, and we get to pluck whoever we want. And we know the Chiefs want a running back. We, could always work with wheel and deal with the other teams that want something. I don't even know if they're legally allowed to do that by the bylaws, but that would be something interesting to leverage. I mean, I'd leverage everything. Use any advantage you have.
They should use everything at their disposal.
Yeah. Anyway, it's what is it? It's 9:15. We want to get some more people on. I don't want to monopolize this whole thing. We talked too much about bullshit. All right, see you guys
later, man.
Hey,
Boy Green.
Yes.
If I had a favorite Rod Stewart song, which would it be? And that's for the chat too.
If you wait, you're saying if you had a Rod Stewart song, you want me to guess what I think your favorite Rod Stewart song is?
Yes. Chat, chime in as well.
I
feel like you know me, BG, already, right?
I definitely don't. Okay. I barely know anything about you. I don't even know how you got on this show, to be honest. You just like broke through like a side door, for God's sakes. All right, how about, will you let me use a lifeline?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna hop on Pop. Hey now.
Hey now.
Pop.
Hey Pop. So what's his favorite Rod Stewart song? You're my call-in line.
Maggie.
Nope. Incorrect.
No, I don't know. Rod Stewart sucks, so I don't know.
And by the way, there you go. Are you sick or something, Pop?
Getting over the Mardi Gras crud is what they like to call it.
Oh, I see. All right, a natural progression of things, of course. Wow, see, you're still able to get in on the show, and you'll be on tomorrow too.
There you go. A little disappointed in you not being able to snap call Doug Flutie.
Whoa. Wait a second. That's some interesting remembering there. Because again, we have audio only listeners. So if I just blurted out the answer, it would have been Doug Flutie was the first thing I said. But Johnny Boy was able to jump the gun first, and then I let the audio only listeners know what the full question was, and then it's the first name I said, Doug Flutie. So, but the professional Canadian football thing, are you a professional if you just get paid for it? I don't know.
That's actually literally the definition, moron, of professional.
So ladies of the night, they're professionals? Like
that, right. That's what do you think puts the pro in prostitute?
I'm unaware, but thank you for sharing.
Lady in Red.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry,
Beautiful.
man.
That's it. Yeah.
Like all these songs that Easy came up and started throwing at me.
Hey, I'm looking forward to the band. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
and it's Don't You Think I'm Sexy? All right, guys. Just to let you guys know.
More songs like the Mozzie Train that really panned out.
Hey, that'd be great. Let's make it happen. Let's begin to existence. So, what's on your mind, Pop?
Yeah, I would. The Jets really need to go offense. I don't know what this whole defense thing is, and don't get me wrong, that there's plenty of things the Jets need to do, but to say that the defense is worse off than the offense, I don't know what team people were watching last year. I mean, the offense was pathetic, right? A couple times the defense held opponents less than, 13 points. And the offense didn't have a receiver that hit 400 yards receiving. 400 yards. That is pathetic. That's historically pathetic. I mean, that's literally like some of the worst in the modern era of football, not to have one wide receiver get more than 400 yards. I mean, that's insane.
That is. I would say two things here. First off, for anyone that was curious and phonetics and learning things when I was a kid, that's how my dad used to teach me words. Pathetic. And then pathetic. And a country of origin. Use in a sentence. That's how he used to teach me. So back in the day, there you go. That one's beautiful. Moron or moron. He used it in different accents. It was quite nice. But I would say the defense twice in back-to-back weeks, it was week 6 and week 7, held an opponent to 13 points. And you were like, But then the rest of the time they were terrible. So, but the fact of the matter is, I can't really take a strong stance over here and you take a strong stance over there. They both stunk. So, I mean,
right. Yeah, I mean the two rooms that are historically bad. I don't even think it's probably empty now. The quarterback room. They all come out of the closet, right? Justin Fields led them in. They all came out of the closet. It's empty. There's nothing there. And Aaron Glenn and Muji, being cute with not selecting a quarterback and scraping up Brady Cook off somebody's shoe. I mean, that was moronic. You look at the boy from Notre Dame that started against the Indianapolis Colts, and he was slinging that ball around the yard. And could the Jets had him? Yes. Could the Jets have had him half a dozen times? Yes. And then just to say, oh, we're too good. We don't need to drive. We're good. We're way good. No need for a quarterback.
Pops, I mean, I think that's kind of like where I'm at, and I agree with you, because if they're saying that this draft is, heavy on the defense, why not get the best offensive players that you could get and bolster up that offense? Like I kept talking about it. Garrett needs help. Like Garrett needs somebody else, because everybody's talking about AD Mitchell, but AD Mitchell is a developing wide receiver that we do not know what he is right now. He has the traits, he has the potential, but it's the what ifs, right? You have Mechie that we need to sign. Is he going to stay here with us?
He's a restricted free agent, so we'll have to see what to do there. I would just say overall, I think if I had the choice and a gun was to my head, I would do more offense than defense. But there's free agency. There's tons of free agent pass rushers. There's the linebackers. I love Devin Lloyd. I'm going to do an offseason free agent mock show of what I would spend the money on. I'll do that at some point before free agency officially kicks off. Yeah, I would go defense and free agency, get offense in the draft, and let's go to town. Outside of, I know Easy doesn't like the veteran wide receiver trade price, but Jets history of the last 15 years, Braylon Edwards, Santonio Holmes, Brandon Marshall, they had a lot of success trading for veteran receivers to come in here, and to do that opposite of Garrett, know what you're getting there. I'd be interested in exploring what those waters look like, but
let's do both. Right now, outside of Garrett Wilson, the Jets have a lot of wide receiver 4s and 5s at best, and they need to trade for a 2 or a 3 and draft the other one, right? Have 3 quality receivers. Otherwise, I don't know what we're doing. Otherwise, it's all well and good to say that. I mean, you have to start the rebuild to call it a rebuild. The Jets are still in free fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't wait. Well, maybe 2027, the quarterback class looks better than this one. Now you're rolling into 2028. Well, we're really going to try harder in 2028.
Pops, I
start putting the pieces together.
The day you were on, I wanted to call in, but I couldn't because I was doing stuff with the kids, and because you were the perfect person that I wanted to talk about this idea that was in my brain, and it was one of the players that you have, right? And you guys are tagging and talking about a tag and trade, right? So it was George Pickens, right? So I know you're a Cowboys fan, and so just take out the fandom of the Cowboys, right? But you're the Jets. It's a potential to get a player that's impactful like a George Pickens, like a Pittman. I'm just going to put those names out there together, right? Because that's the names that are being talked about potentially of a tag and trade. It takes your 44th to do that. Then you got to extend them. Are you doing it if you're the New York Jets?
Only. So most 75% of the time I do not. However, if the Jets sign Jameis Winston, yes. If I had somebody that can sling that ball around the yard, if I'm picking up Kyler Murray, no. If I go out and trade for or acquire Jameis Winston, that guy can ball. He can throw the ball down the field, and that's what Pickens needs. Pickens is far better than this year. You've seen what he's capable of with someone. Everyone can throw their decade out there, whatever. He can throw the ball deep. He is a solid NFL quarterback that's going to eventually hold all the Dallas Cowboy records for the history of Dallas Cowboys. He can throw the ball around. You get somebody else, it's going to be a waste of money and draft picks for the Jets to get Pickens, because he's not going to be happy unless he gets the ball quite a bit. And you see what happened in Pittsburgh without a solid quarterback, what happened in Dallas when he had to be the number one. I think it'd be good for the Garrett and Pickens in that if they could manage his behavior, so to speak. But you have to have a quarterback that's going to throw the ball around. If you're not going to, if that's not your mindset, then I would not get Pickens.
But that's the attraction, right? That now you have Pickens and Wilson, and they probably have a conversation, or Pittman, or whatever quarterback, or whatever wide receiver that you could potentially get and put there in place. That would be like, I like what the Jets are doing over there. You know, it's something that we could continue to keep building on. You know what? Let's do it. Let's get over there. And I mean, then you have your wide receiver room essentially fixed, and still I would still draft another wide receiver as well. So just, my take on that.
I guess that's what Pittsburgh did, and I'm sure BG can correct me if I'm wrong, right? Didn't they get Metcalf and then they got Rodgers? Wasn't that the order there?
Yes. And they had Pickens and Metcalf temporarily, and Rodgers for that matter. Everyone was temporarily on the team together for a brief cup of coffee before they traded him to the Cowboys.
And BG, and you said, can you name those players that you just said, those wide receivers that we picked up? Which was, I think you said Braylon Edwards.
Right? Oh, you're talking about veteran wide receiver trades? Yeah. Over the last, 15 years here, the wide receiver trades the Jets have pulled off are trading for Braylon Edwards, a third and a fifth, trading for Santonio Holmes, a fifth, trading for Brandon Marshall, a fifth. And these veteran additions have had size. Some of our best memories over the last 20 years include veteran wide receiver acquisitions and those guys going crazy.
What was the noise that came with all? What was the noise that came with all three of those players? They were difficult.
Oh, sure. There was baggage. Sure. Right. There was. There's a reason the Jets got him for a bag of beans. Again, Braylon, a third and a fifth. Santonio, a fifth. Brandon Marshall, a fifth. Right. Yeah. The Jets got these guys at discounts because of their situation. So you have to have the right locker room, the right culture for some of these guys. And not everyone is a baggage. Like Michael Pittman Jr., I haven't heard any baggage of that nature there. That would just be acquiring, in theory, a really talented pass catcher for that standpoint. So we'll see what happens. But Pop, you're going to be on tomorrow for some Sunday brunch action.
Sunday brunch action and March 7th. Pencil that down. March 7th.
Okay, what is March 7th?
That's going to be the Hop on Pop Draft Spectacular.
Oh, pre-free
I'm
agency.
going to lay out the blueprint for the Jets draft. Okay. And you're all going to love it.
I think everybody liked my draft. Like, I'm actually getting calls right now that people are telling me, "Hey,
they like it or love it."
They love it. They're like,
not as much as they're gonna love mine.
I just fixed the New York Jets.
Is your hat a little tight today, Johnny?
It's maybe possibility.
That's possible. Pop, we may need another version of that closer to the draft because, of course, free agency may change some of these needs, but I love it. So March 7th, all right, mark it down, folks. The Hop on Pop, which, by the way, Pop, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you go to the YouTube channel, you are prominently featured in the new banner.
Oh, I have not seen it.
Okay, so yeah, go over whenever you get a chance to the Boy Green YouTube channel, and everyone can see it. It's now. Well, I guess let's show it here on the show right now. Here we go. Let me pull this up real quick. See if I can show it to you so you can see this live here on the program. Let's give some love. We made some recent changes, some housekeeping on the Boy Green channel. Hopefully, you guys all subscribe and join the army. Here it is. Let's present it here on the screen so y'all can see it here. Here's the Boy Green YouTube channel. Boom. There you go. You see Hop on Pop, arms crossed in his jet skier on the far right there. Brett and Michael in there. Yeah, there you go. That is the new cover photo. It's also on other social medias as well. But there you go, Pop. You got some spotlight action.
I'm on my phone, so I'm looking real close. Sure. On the second item from the left, does that seem like that should be updated, perhaps?
I haven't taken a picture of the new Jets offensive coordinator yet, so I feel like I didn't want to dump Tanner that quick, So you think I should dump him like that?
I think you should do what the Jets did, and you should hand him your large bag and let him leave with it.
Hey, if you guys
look, throw him in it,
if you guys look closely,
Okay.
I'm all the way in the corner sweeping back there.
Oh, okay. There you go. Nice. And then you're obviously part of that live show right there that's happening right now. So beautiful. Well, Pop, I can't wait for March 7th. Can't wait for tomorrow morning. You'll be joining us after Matt Lombardo tomorrow. So that should be fun.
All right. Everyone have a great day, Coffee Club. Johnny, thanks for stepping in, stepping up, and stepping out.
Always.
Beautiful. There he
Thanks,
is.
Pops.
Hop on Pop joining
Pop's
us
so
here.
cool, man. I enjoy when he comes through and shows love. So
Well,
hey,
you'll be calling in tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't know if he agreed with the pickings though. Conversation.
Yep. I guess you'll have to ask him again tomorrow. Hey, let's go to another one of your favorite callers. It's Frankie with an F. Frankie.
First of all, Johnny, how you guys doing?
Excellent. Thanks
Everybody
for calling
good?
in, man.
First of all, why am I have a beef with you, BJ. Why am I not
With
on that
me?
banner somewhere?
That's a
That
good
banner.
point.
Why
Whoa,
am I not on?
wait. Why
I
are
should
you
be
not
like
on
in
this?
a very little corner. I get it, but I should be somewhere on
Hey,
that thing.
buddy boy, you could have came to the tailgate last year, and I would have had a picture, I'm sure, with you.
Yeah, I
So
know.
come this
I know.
year. Let's
I
get
will.
some photo ops, and
I
we
will.
can update that with some tailgate.
Frankie, if you look close, you're there with me. You're on the other side, sweeping the other side as well.
Is that where I am? Okay.
Yeah, there's a
I have to
whole
look
bunch of us. There's a whole
I'm
bunch
watching.
of us.
I'm watching from my phone, so I can't really see it.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah. So let's tailgate it up this year. That'll be awesome.
Have you? By the way, I haven't been on the show a lot in the last week or so. Have you decided on a date yet, or not?
For the game and stuff?
An idea whether it's in the beginning or when it might be.
Yeah, so my plan is for this, and for those who don't know, myself and James Woody, another Jets content creator, we're going to host another tailgate. We'll do it every year now. So last year was the first annual. We'll do it every year after. We'll pick a Jets home game. It's going to be somewhere within the first 6 weeks of the season. Again, I guess there is an exception where it may not fit exactly there, but that's my plan, for it to be somewhere in the month of September, at worst, like midway through October, this game. And we'll see what the gods allow. In the middle of May is when the Jet schedule will officially come out. But I'm going to try to have – I've spoken with the Jets. Again, they have my what's the word I'm looking for? Money you have to put down. Your whatever it's called. Yeah, it's something. God, I don't know why the words escape me. But anywho, a down payment or something, whatever that is. I've paid the Jets. So, I'm in a primo position to get all this stuff set up. So when that schedule drops, it should be very quickly of a phone call to the Jets, bing, boom, bam. Hey, folks, here's our game. And we should have a lot of that information very quickly. So I'm shooting for the first 6 weeks of the season, somewhere in there. And, yeah, we'll see what opponents happen to fall in that first 6 weeks.
Should do the Raiders. I think they're home, aren't they? Watch Fernando throw for 500 yards against us.
I haven't said this anywhere until you're just mentioning it, so now I'm going to say it. When I've been studying the opponents, right, all the home opponents, and I'm looking at them saying, I like stories. Again, the Jets Cowboys was sort of obvious. My dad's this crazy Cowboys fan. People just universally hate the Cowboys, so maybe people would come for that. There's a lot of stuff there that could be really interesting. And as I was just looking over these opponents over and over and over again, the one that stood out was the Raiders, the Fernando Mendoza thing. I've got a few Raiders buddies that watch the show. Maybe there's a lot of something here. So, and that'd be a sort of a fun one. And it checks Woody's bucket list off. I think I've told this before. He wants an opponent he thinks we can pistol whip. If he thinks we're going to get annihilated by a team, there's Packers and Vikings on that list, and Woody's like, oh, I don't know about this. I'm like, come on, man, don't be a puss. Let's let's figure it out. So, Raiders is high on my list. I sort of like the storyline element that could be there for Raiders, historic, iconic franchises. The little Jets Raiders act.
And that whole stadium will probably be full black and silver because Raider fans,
that's exactly right.
They travel.
They are crazy. They are nutso. So, which I respect, right? We all have passionate fans. So, yeah, Jets Raiders is one I have circled. It is.
So, a question for you guys. I like the George Pickens idea, the trade, but let me ask you this. What can we get for our number 2? As far as draft picks, just draft picks. Just
how far are you willing to move?
Top 10, no further.
The one that jumps out to me immediately is Cleveland. They have 6 and 24. So you drop
Right.
down from 2 and get 6 and 24. That one would excite me. You don't drop too far. There's still, like, again, everyone can do the math of all the players that would still be available at 6. And then you have 24, and you still have 33, and you have 44. Like, I really love that. And again, for this to happen, you want the quarterbacks to light it up at the combine next week and see if Cleveland or Arizona, I guess another possibility, because if I move with Arizona, it's a smaller jump in terms of going from 2 back. They're 3.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. No, I'm looking for what the reason I'm asking for.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking the question is if we drop down to around, lower top 10, gather more picks. We what besides that pick, we'd pick up what? And you said 24, and then can we somehow get a 3 or a 4 out of it as well, or not based on the value?
Well, the value says you could get more than Cleveland would still owe us more than 24, right? So I'll pull up. Let's say we can do the math here live on the show. Draft value.
And then just while you're doing that, think about this.
Yeah.
What would it take to
Okay.
get Pickens?
I think it would take pick 44 overall to get Pickens.
That high, really?
Yeah, I think you'd have to give the. Well, this is Ian Rappaport is the one who brought it up on their insider show that's on NFL Plus. He said that he could see a tag and trade, and the Cowboys gave up a 3 initially, and he just had the greatest year of his career, and they could flip him for a 2. And then that new team would have to immediately sign him, obviously, to a new extension, but they think 44. So basically, we'd slap return to sender on the left ass cheek of 44 and give it back to Dallas and get Pickens back in return. In theory, if you were to do that. And that's up to the universe whether or not they're interested. So the Jets' second overall pick is worth 2,600 points. Cleveland's 6th overall pick is 1,600 points. So they'd have 1,000 points to make up. Their 24th overall pick is 740. So even basically swapping from 2 to 6 and picking up 24 is not enough. Cleveland would have to give us more. So we could pick up their 3rd round pick. That actually would fit in perfectly. That's 70th overall. We get a 3rd. We get 240. So we get 6, 24, and 70. And then we have a 3rd round pick, which we don't have. I think that's
I would love to. I would do that based on what the free agency market does.
Of course.
And then try to package that if you want to trade for a wide receiver.
All right, you're onto something there, Frankie.
That'd be my idea. But I like your idea, Johnny. I like that when you came up with that.
It's just.
By the way, I'm very upset. I'm very upset you didn't put the midget as your first pick of your quarterbacks.
Oh, Diego.
Yeah.
Diego. Hey, look. I just feel like like 3 of those quarterbacks could essentially be the quarterbacks for us, and then the rest we could just input them into positions of need at that point, right? Maybe.
Sure.
Luke. Maybe Drew ends up playing safety for us. Maybe Luke Altmaier plays the mic.
Can anybody replace Clemens?
No, Clemens is a good depth piece for us, right? So
there you go.
I know. I don't know if Indy's watching or not, but I know he loves Clemens. So I figured I'd.
He sure does. I have not seen Indy in here yet, but I know he's with us in spirit. And again, I can hear him whispering, Clemens. So I can hear those whispers. Thanks, Uncle Indy. Thanks.
Let me know. Also, let me know when we're doing the Espresso Club thing.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be a week from today. It'll be on the 28th, Saturday night. We'll probably kick it off around 7 or 8 o'clock. Last month, was 8 o'clock. So we'll probably start then.
28.
There we go. We'll be there.
See you guys.
Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate it.
Frankie.
Yeah, we'll see. Johnny Boy, you coming back to the Espresso Club meeting next week?
You know it.
All right.
I mean, especially now you're talking about Elimination Chamber. Let's go.
Yeah, so I will. We'll have some Elimination Chamber watch party. I have a story to share, folks. I've not said this anywhere. I will tell this story on this Espresso Club as part of it.
Hell yeah.
I was in the running, Johnny Boy. I haven't even told you this. I don't think I've told maybe my direct family, and that's it. I was in the running to be on a game show.
Really?
Like a serious, I'm not fucking around. I'm dead serious. I'll explain more behind the Espresso Club wall of this. But so guys, feel free to join the Boy Green Espresso Club if you haven't. I was in the running to be on a very serious, real game show. And it's not like a game show and let me make this clear, it's not like Wheel of Fortune. You go there for a day and then you're back. This was a commitment game show of what I was potentially set to be on. It doesn't look like I'm going to be on it now, so I can talk about it a little bit, but we'll talk about it for the Espresso Club. So just remind me of that, Johnny. We will start the show with some Elimination Chamber in the background. I have some pizza and wings over here, but I will explain that I was this close to being on a massive game show, which would have, and I'll explain it more on the Espresso Club, but yeah, just interesting. It's just interesting.
Can I at least throw two guesses really quick?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Shout out to Genergy. I see she hopped in here.
Hey,
so,
Genergy. Yeah, love you.
Okay, Fantasy Island.
Okay, close, but no.
Love is Blind.
Oof. Also close, but no. And I will also make it clear that this isn't Survivor. I have applied to get on Survivor countless times. So, and I did apply even this year. And that's another story I have to tell on the Espresso Club. I actually had the best in I've ever had on the Survivor show. I knew someone that gave my tape to someone very important. So, like, that gave me an even better shot. But this game show thing I was about to be on was not even that. That's a different thing. So, apparently, I'm just trying to get on any game show on planet Earth. So, again, more details to come. I'll share the story. But, yes, I was this close to being on it. Ooh, Genergy Fear Factor. I'll tell you this. We're actually watching, so I used to love the OG Joe Rogan Fear Factor. I used to love watching that. That was so cool. And then, like, Joe Rogan went away, and then they did this, like, Ludacris version. I got nothing against Ludacris. He's, a fine singer and everything else, but it just, like, it didn't feel the same without Joe Rogan. And then there's one right now at Johnny Knoxville. It's on one of the streaming networks, and I've been watching that. It's called Fear Factor: The House of Fear. And I'll be honest, people, you guys should check that out. It was not Fear Factor, Genergy, but good guess. But I'm watching that right now with my fiance, and that one's interesting. They all live in the same house. Like, there's some extra elements to this Fear Factor thing, which is pretty cool. So I've really enjoyed that show. That one is on there. Yeah. A Millionaire Matchmaker. Nope, not that one. I love all the guesses, though. That's going to be fun on the Espresso Club. We'll see if anyone can guess it. I'll provide details and things. We'll see if anyone can guess it. So one last plug here before we wrap up the show. And again, this was a lot of fun. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. But here's the plug, baby. Feel free to join in again. For those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, we have 2 YouTube membership groups on my channel now. It had always been the Boy Green Coffee Club, which is $2.99. But in January, I created a new one called the Boy Green Espresso Club. Again, shout out to Terrence Smoove out in our audience who came up with the name Boy Green Espresso Club. Let's keep it all together. And I will tell you that the cool perk of this $5.99 club, so you guys can upgrade if you're watching right now on YouTube. If you're a Boy Green Coffee Club member right now, you can jump to a special club. If you're neither member, you're not a Boy Green Coffee Club or a special club member, you could join right now. And the best part of this Espresso Club is, first off, you get 5 bonus raffle tickets to every contest we ever do as long as you remain a member. So you're in the running for free giveaways every single month, which is cool. But the coolest thing is we do a live stream, but only for Espresso Club members. The public can't see this show. Even Boy Green Coffee Club members can't see the show. We did the first one last month. It was over 4.5 hours. And we talked about all kinds of crazy shit. So this one's going to be even crazier, like I said, because I have all these game show stories to tell about how I was nearly on a show. And it's crazy. I wish I could say more right now, but we'll save it for the Espresso Club next week. So, folks, make sure you join. You have to be an Espresso Club member to be in there. It's really cool. I'm humbled that 20-plus people are now in the Espresso Club. So you can call in if you want. You can hang out in the comments. You don't have to call into the show if you don't feel comfortable, which is totally fine. But either way, and ask questions, and it's all free-flowing. It's Boy Green After Dark. You guys can ask anything and everything. Anything you want. We talked about making babies on the last one. So, I mean, shoot, anything could happen. You could talk about ranking your favorite callers, ranking some of the guest hosts I've had on the show. Again, all is on the table. So I can't wait for that. So again, you guys can always join the Boy Green Espresso Club in the YouTube description down below. If you have any issues or anything, just reach out to me. Again, it is $5.99. If you see a price that is higher than $5.99, that is a phone issue on iOS. So don't pay more than you have to. The real prices are $2.99 and $5.99. Go to your computer on your laptop to join officially on the Espresso Club. I don't want you guys paying any more than you do because, to be honest, I don't get – if you pay extra, I don't get that money. It just gets lit on fire to the gods. So please don't. I don't want you guys to waste your money. I only want, anytime I ask anyone to pay money, I want it to be worth something. And I feel like our espresso clubs is a lot of fun, and I hope you guys join. Again, if you're on your laptop or tablet, even it should be these prices again: $2.99 and $5.99. Join the espresso club. If you have any issues, obviously, please let me know. So I'm looking forward to that. So there you go. There's the tease.
It's fun. You guys get to hear a lot of stories that we do not talk about. Like I'll give a quick example of my cashmere sweater wearing days. We had a conversation about that. So
that came up. Yeah.
And was it Gladiator? You had to go against Turbo?
Oh, it could have been. By the way, also Frankie says he was on a reality show. So sometimes what's funny is it's not just me telling stories, which I did tell stories, and we got into all kinds of things, but also callers telling stories, and there's like a relatability of you guys talking. Again, the show is this amorphous thing. On Boy Green Daily, I told Johnny Boy, "Hey, here's this topic of stuff we're talking about today," and then we sort of riffed off it. Like there's outside of this, game show thing I'm going to talk about on the show. Everything else will be whatever happens in the moment. Someone could say something that sparks a whole conversation. So it will be a lot of fun. And no, not the Amazing Race or the Great Race. It's not that, Mark Sashetti, another good guest out there in the universe. You guys will continue to light it up with guesses, and we'll see what happens. By the way, I want to thank everyone for sending in your super chats earlier today. EZ, Frankie, NC Green. And also let's do one quick shout out for this guy, Johnny. What about Brian Farrell? 10 months sober tomorrow. So congratulations, Brian Farrell. Again, we're rooting for you, buddy. And I love that you're sharing your journey with us here on the show. So again, Brian, I highlighted this comment earlier. I know you mentioned this earlier in the show, but congratulations, 10 months tomorrow, boys. And make sure you remind us tomorrow so we can celebrate appropriately. That is a huge milestone, pal. So a big shout out there as well. M123XYZ Real Housewives of Oswego. That one I cannot confirm or deny. So take that for what you will.
I would watch it. I would watch it.
Okay.
I think it'd be great.
Some good drama. Some good drama could be on the course. Johnny Boy, before we wrap up, why don't you give one last plug here for the one and only Jets Worldwide?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? First off, big shout out to our guy, BG. Thank you so much for having me on the show again and being able to have a little bit of a takeover from Jets Worldwide, right? JETS Worldwide. Let's eat. But yeah, come check us out every single Friday, 7:30 p.m. Myself and Snowball are there talking everything about the New York Jets. And we typically have guests that come on to the show, guests that you guys know. Some of the guests that are fans of other teams, but they really look into the Jets and have an opinion, which is cool to see it from somebody else's, lens and what they think of. But again, Jets Worldwide, we're growing. We're trying to get up to over 500. Come over, check us out, hit the like, hit the sub. But if you're watching this, make sure you also hit the like and sub for our guy, Boy Green. You already know what time it is. And again, Jets Worldwide. Wide. Come check us out every Friday, 7:30 p.m. It's what we do. It's what I do. You should do it too.
100%. And me and Manchild of MC Show Digital were on that channel last night. Fun show. You guys can rewatch that. That's the power of YouTube, baby. If you missed it, you can rewatch it and like the video and still show all your support. So shout out to Jim the Manchild Lurch and that show that we did yesterday.
Hey,
everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
BG, you could see me panic with Lurch on the show. And then you guys just straight left, bro. I've watched that part probably like 5 times. It is the most funniest thing. Because you can see how I can't do nothing. And you're like, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
That was hilarious. So God bless America. And note that Lurch left first. Okay. He dipped first, and I'm like, well, fuck it. See ya. rave party. I'm outie. So see, that's what happens, pal. So everybody, fun show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And for Craig Mechanics, who just tuned in 30 seconds ago, late today, fellas, what did I miss? You can catch it all in the article in the YouTube description down below on the topic matter at hand. And Craig, also a member of our Boy Green Espresso Club, we're going to be talking about my almost game show appearance. And I was this close to it happening, and there's all kinds of details I can share about it. A massive game show on a massive television network. Like it was about to happen. And there is a update that I can share of maybe it is still to happen. So again, more details to come. So Craig Mechanics, thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And on the way out, do us a favor. Make sure you guys like the video. I see we still have 100 people in the room from YouTube, 400 everywhere. Make sure you guys like the video on the way out and hit subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody. God bless.